updated COVID-19 vaccines.
Great. Do you know which type of vaccine you'd like?
There's more than one?
Yep, there are different types of vaccines available. You can learn more about them at WeDoVaccines.com. If you have questions or want to make an appointment, give me a call.
What was that website again?
WeDoVaccines.com.
Thanks. I'll check it out.
This message was brought to you by Novavax.
Season 4 just launched. You up for a night of binging?
Yeah, I took Mucinex 12-hour DM. Its bilayer tablet takes care of my cough and chest congestion for a full 12 hours.
Cool, let's do this.
Buy Mucinex 12-hour DM now for 12-hour cough and chest congestion relief. Use as directed.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get
Good Sunday morning. Good Sunday morning. Welcome into Carver Hawkeye Arena. We are ready for the home opener of the 2023 season for the Iowa Hawkeyes as they welcome in the number 16th ranked Oregon State Beavers and Coach Chris Pendleton. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside saying thanks for joining us. Mark, good to have you back. Good to see you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's always good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Steven.
It's hard. It's like it feels like we've had several weeks of action, and it's just our schedules haven't worked, that we haven't been around much. So we've been just following like the fans from afar, and I feel sorry for some of these people. It's hard to not be here and enjoy it, watching it from, sitting in a hotel room or trying to see it on your phone. And you take for granted what we get to do each and every week.
I will say, I was just actually talking to someone this morning. In person is so much better. So much better in person. The only good thing about being at home and watching it on TV or phone is you can go to bed as soon as the match is over. You don't have to hop on a bus and drive, for hours or whatever, But in person, the environment, the live aspect, it kind of behind the scenes type of stuff, seeing certain people they haven't seen in forever, like what's happened today, walking into here. Everybody's excited about the first duel of the year. It's a lot better than if you can make it in person. If not, then they get to listen to you and I, and that's like the next best thing. Yeah. So, but it's good to be here. It's good to see you in person, Steven. And it's, as we always say, the season goes fast, and next thing you know, it's like we're going to be sitting in Kansas City this year, and then it's over.
Yeah. My pen falls apart on
that
me.
That thing just blew up on you. It
completely. I went to
blew
click it, and it just it wasn't screwed together or something.
See what I was just talking about, the behind-the-scenes stuff?
Yeah, it's just that pen's done for. So glad I brought an extra one. So, yeah, Oregon State coming in here. You got a former Okie State guy in the form of Chris Pendleton taking over the helm a few years ago. And, like we've seen many times, you've got a lot of these schools that they've got some pieces. They're trying to do some building, and when they come into Carver Hawkeye Arena, they would love nothing more than to make a statement. And that statement could be win the match, win the dual meet. It could be keep something closer than they expect to be, and that's where our guys need to make sure that we don't let that happen. We come in and we just, boom, put a stamp on everything that we do each and every match.
You know, and that's what this dual meet's about. It's a dual meet. It's kind of a warm-up dual meet, even though Tom would be like, come on, I understand. It's not a warm-up. This is the real deal. It is the real deal. But this is something where, you know, it's good that we can bring Oregon State in here. They get an opportunity for their program to come in to cover Hawkeye Arena. But at the same time, this is a duel where we should, wipe the mat with the competition. And their 84-pounder's pretty good. Obviously, who is that? Munoz. He's ranked number 3 in the country. So he's really good. But the rest of the matches, we should be fine. But we also have a ton of new faces. We got a new look at Carver Hawkeye Arena, not just on the mat with new guys, but also look at the tunnel. Yep. The new tunnel over there.
Yep.
You know, they dug in the offseason, they dug a tunnel under the Carver Hawkeye Arena out to the new iWrestling facility that they're building that will be open and ready to practice in full-time next year. So a lot of new and exciting things happening around here, and kudos to Tom Brands for not only being the Iowa men's wrestling coach, but also for being a full-time fundraiser as well.
Yeah. University of Iowa Healthcare has the game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare, proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes. I had a chance to track down Coach Brands up in the locker room a little bit ago. We will take a timeout. We will come back and hear from him when we return. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Can you tell me what my trade's worth? Okay, well, can you get me approved with 0 down? You know what? I'm going to Carousel Pre-Owned of Iowa City, where I can get some straight talk.
Carousel Pre-Owned of Iowa City has the best plucking deals in town. Nearly 200 units to choose from. 50 units under 20 grand. 75 units under 25 grand. All with 0 down. No payments until next year. And payments starting at $159 per month. So bring any trade, and Mr. Vice, the trade man, will give you up to $2 grand over Kelly Blue Book fair market value at Carousel Pre-Owned in Iowa City, next to Hy-Vee on Waterfront. Even if you're stuck in a loan or lease, Mr. Vice will get you released. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it, because if you have a job clearing $450 per week at Carousel Pre-Owned, you're virtually approved. Or online at bestdealiowa.com. Unapproved credit plus tax tag and $69 documentation. Credit may affect down payment.
When you switch to Boost Mobile, you can get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G and a pretty powerful way to get after it.
Like me, Tusi, a man who fell in love with music and fell on hard times. From writing songs in my room to sitting on top of the charts. All because I made poetry out of pain and always knew I'd be on the stage singing your favorite song.
Switch to Boost and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone on America's largest 5G networks.
Boost Mobile. Get after it.
New customers only. Taxes extra. One device per line. 5G not available everywhere. Other restrictions apply.
Hey, you're up next.
Ugh, my throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Please welcome to the stage. Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to the pre-meet. Time now for our talk with Hawkeye coach Tom Brands, presented by Pioneer. And Coach, back at it here at home. Had a couple of competitions already. New year, a lot of fans excited to see this group. And, you know, we've seen a lot of good things in the early going from this team.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen them a lot. This is a big test. And we're going to have bigger ones, but we got to be ready for the biggest one this year to this point, and that's Oregon State. It's the next one on the schedule, and we got to be ready to go. We're home with our fans, too, so rock and roll time.
Oregon State, like we talked about, they tried coming a couple years ago, had some issues, able to get them back on the schedule. This is a team with Coach Pendleton that is really trying to get some things established. They've got some good guys out there. They've got some young guys out there, but you know they're going to be hungry. They're going to be excited for this opportunity today.
He was a tremendous competitor in college, and he was coached by one of the best, and he runs a program that has a lot of pride. We're giving him a lot of credit here, but he does do it the right way, and we have to be ready. We have to be ready anyway. I mean, it's 10 matches regardless of how they're coached. These guys all got something that they're really good at, but we like our guys when they do the things that they're good at. You're going to see some new faces. We got 3 transfers in the lineup that no one's seen in Carver Hawkeye Arena: Caliendo, Franek, and Voinovich. So we got a new heavyweight on the map, Bradley Hill from Bettendorf, Iowa. So you know what? We got to let it fly. We got to score points, and we got to be at our best.
Looking forward to it, Coach. It's always exciting. Thanks very much for joining us.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks.
It's Hawkeye Coach Tom Brands, presented by Pioneer. Pioneer brand corn hybrids deliver proven performance bag after bag. Contact your local Pioneer sales rep to learn more how you can get the most out of your acres. Back with more of the pre-meet right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Prepare for an unforgettable season with buzzer beaters, crossovers, and electric plays that will leave you on the edge of your seats. The Iowa men's and women's basketball teams are back in action in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Help us rally behind Coach McCaffrey, Coach Bluter, and the Hawkeye teams as they fight for Iowa. Find team schedules, game times, tickets, TV providers, and more at HawkeyeSports.com. Get your family and friends together for some Hawkeye hoops at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Want to save time and transportation costs? This is Coralville Mayor Megan Foster. Leave the driving to us. Ride the Coralville bus. For $1, Coralville Transit can take you to work, to the mall, to the hospital, even downtown Iowa City. Day or night, the Coralville bus is on the go. The real-time bus app tells you when your bus will arrive. Park and ride options are available too. Leave the driving to us and ride the Coralville bus. For more information, visit coralville.org.
Football is back. Stock up on your tailgate essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids offers a large selection of craft beer, wines, and spirits, plus their giant selection of non-alcoholic beverages, untiled art, athletic brewing, and cannabis-infused social beverages from Climbing Kites. C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road. Local Craft Cellar, largest selection of craft beer in the area, and so much more.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. This is Nelson Brands, West High alum and current Hawkeye wrestler. The Brands family has trusted Dodge Street Tire for longer than I've been alive. Whether it's tires for our trucks and cars or expert mechanical service, Dodge Street Tire are winners in our book. That's why we trust Brian and his crew to do it right. For more than 30 years, Dodge Street Tire has been tough as nails for the Brands family and our community. Dodge Street Tire on the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside as we get ready for Iowa and Oregon State here today, as the match will be starting off at 125 pounds. Number 11, Drake Ayala for the Hawkeyes, sophomore 6-0, taking on either number 18, Brandon Kaler, 4-2 record as a senior, or Maximo Renteria, transfer from Illinois, who has not wrestled a match yet this year. At 133, number 9, Brody Teske for the Hawkeyes, senior at 3-1, takes on number 22, Gabe Weisenhunt. He is a sophomore with a record of 5-1, including a win over number 4, Sam Latona from Virginia Tech a week ago. At 141, top-ranked Real Woods, senior at 1-0, takes on number 20, Cleveland Belton, a senior at 5-2. At 149 pounds, number 9, Victor Voinovich, a sophomore at 5-1, takes on Nash Singleton. He is a sophomore with no record yet on the season. At 157, one of those transfers that Tom Brands mentioned about, Jared Franek, number 2 in the country, 6-0 graduate student. He'll be taking on sophomore Murphy Menke, who is 3-0 this year. At 165, number 5, Michael Caliendo, a sophomore at 6-0, takes on Kakana Foret. He is a junior at 6-1. At 174, either true freshman Gabe Arnold, 5-0 on the year, or redshirt freshman Aiden Riggins, a 6-1 record. They'll be taking on graduate student Travis Whitlake, a transfer from Oklahoma State, at 6-0. At 184, Brennan Swafford, grad student for the Hawkeyes at 6-0, takes on number 3, Trey Munoz. He is a junior with a record of 7-0. At 197, Zach Glazier for the Hawkeyes, a senior at 5-0, takes on Justin Rademacher. He is a true freshman with a record of 6-1. We'll close it out at the heavyweights. Bradley Hill for the Hawkeyes, 5-1 record as a freshman, takes on senior Rutgers transfer and Dubuque Wahlert prep Boone McDermott. He's number 22 in the country with a record of 6-1. Angel Rivera and Jaron Quincy are the officials for this afternoon's dual meet. Guess we can call it afternoon because we will start after the clock ticks over to 12. We're going to step out, take our final break here of the pre-meet. We will be back with Hawkeyes and Beavers wrestling action. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Are you suiting up for a special event? Ready to show everyone what you got? Skeffington's Formal Wear in Coralville has got you covered. Rent or buy, we have tuxedos, suits, dress shirts, shoes, belts, socks, and more. No matter the occasion, weddings, prom, or work attire, we have the perfect outfit for you. Are you ready to suit up? Come visit us today at Skeffington's Formal Wear, located in Coralville at 2419 2nd Street, or visit skeffingtons.com.
Menards' 11% sale is ending on Thanksgiving Day. Don't wait and save big on appliances. Upgrade your home with quality appliances from Criterion, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana. Menards has the largest in-stock appliance selection. Ready to take home today. Stores closed Thanksgiving, but 11% off remains in effect on Menards.com. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. You're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Starting lineups being announced here on MediaCom mat inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside, ready for our first action of the season. The Hawkeyes already 1-0 with that win out at Cal Baptist. And then a nice performance at the Luther Open last week. Did have several guys wrestle at Lindenwood yesterday. In the black division, Coy Grebel finished second. He won his bracket and then lost the true second match at 149. Isaiah Fenton wrestled, did not place at 157. In the gold division, Joey Cruz got sixth at 125. Caleb Rachi and Joel Jessaroga, they had a big bracket there, so they didn't wrestle a true consolation bracket. If you lost before the quarterfinals, you drop down. They wrestled each other in the in the consolation bracket. They both got beat early on, only lost one match, and then wrestled each other, with Rachi winning that one over Jessaroga, I believe 2-1. At 165 pounds, Drake Rhodes finished in third place, also in the gold division. So good opportunities for those guys to get some action and see some live competition. Those are the things, Mark, that some of these younger guys, some of the guys that maybe aren't in the lineup or are trying to fight for a lineup, you got to treat those tournaments. It's the Lindenwood. You're taking on some Division II guys, whatever it may be. You still got to treat that like it's a Big Ten tournament. You got to go and prepare and get yourself ready mentally for every time you step out onto that mat, no matter where it is.
Well, a lot of those guys that are going out and competing at the Lindenwood and the Luther Open and stuff, those aren't your main starters. And for them guys, that is like your Big Tens. And you don't have a whole lot. First, you don't have a whole lot of open tournaments to wrestle. And when you do, this is how you climb the ranks to try and get an opportunity to even compete at the the number one starter spot or the varsity level, or whatever you want to call it. You got to work your way up. You got to start somewhere, and that's where you start at. And then you see a lot of the young guys doing that and getting some great experience and learning and coming back to the wrestling room and be able to practice on things and work on things and improve. And it's just that's how you go through the system and the ranking system and working your way up to where all of a sudden you start doing pretty darn good in some of these open tournaments. If you start being a butt kicker, then the coach starts catching you on their eyeball a little bit, and all of a sudden maybe a varsity guy gets hurt or somebody's not doing well with their weight or whatever it may be. You know what? Maybe we should give this guy here an opportunity, and that's how it rolls. And so that's why when these guys go to these matches and these tournaments, even though they're not starting, but they got to treat it like this is the real deal, and they do.
Well, and we've got opportunities here today for several of these guys. I mean, thinking Bradley Hill at heavyweight is one of those that, he did some things last year. I think he got 4th at Soldier Salute, competed well at a lot of those tournaments that he wrestled in. And now with Tony Cassiope not available this year, suddenly Bradley Hill's the guy that gets called upon. So, do what you can every time you get those opportunities and make the most of it. And that translates for these varsity guys too. Knowing, like we said, make the most of it when you come out here today on the mat. Know that Brandon Kaler, All-American 2 years ago, he would love nothing more than to come in here and knock Drake Ayala off and make a statement in Carver Hawkeye Arena to start this duel.
Well, I tell you right now, Drake Ayala, I was talking to him in the restroom right before we came down here, or out in the arena here, and he was telling me how excited that he is to be back on the mat, injury-free, and it's just like it's just like a animal coming out of a cage. It's just like freedom again, and just so excited and happy to be healthy again, and the importance of that. And he's really, really happy to be out there on that mat right now as it's just getting underway. But he also is a very smart kid, and he understands that this Brandon Kaler of Oregon State, who's a redshirt senior, quite a bit older than him, is a darn good wrestler too. And he can't just come out and throw caution at the wind or whatever. He's got to be smart in his attacks and what he's doing. So, but I'm really excited to watch Drake. He's put a little size on since we last seen him as well too, in the off season and through a couple shoulder surgeries and different things that he's had. And he looks strong. He looks healthy, and he's just a scrapper.
Kaler comes in 4-2 on the years and losses. He lost to Spencer Moore of North Carolina, and then lost in sudden victory to Jet Strickenberger of West Virginia.
I am kind of surprised, though, that Drake's starting off kind of as slow as he has. I mean, we're almost a minute in the match yet, and he hasn't taken a shot yet. And that's not really like him, but this Kaler's just kind of holding our fingers right there. Drake's doing everything he can to get his hands away. And I was just having a conversation with the referees, actually, about some of the new rule changes and stuff in the tunnel. I met up with him on the tunnel on the way out, and one of the things I did mention to him is calling stalling. I mean, if 2 minutes has gone by in the first period and nobody's taken a legit shot yet, then why do you not call stalling?
Yeah.
There's a nice shot right there by Drake Ayala, but Kaler was able to kind of limp leg out of that. But good shot by Drake, good setup right there, non-tie shot, got in deep on a low shot. But I was telling him, I was like, how many times when we write down our stats on our papers last year, at the end of the first period, the score is 0-0, and there were 0 stall calls? I said, it gets so old. And, they tell you what you want to hear.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we'll call stalling. Yeah, whatever. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, a couple of those rule changes. The one that I had actually forgot about till I got here. I got here about 10:15, 10:30 as both guys, a little slide-by attempt by Drake and then a reshot there by Kaler. Neither guy gets to the legs. But Sam Bassler, the new SID, brought up the weigh-in sheet, and I was kind of like,
2 hours.
Oh, yeah, it's a 2-hour weigh-in this year.
Yep, 2-hour weigh-in.
It's going to make a big difference for a lot of guys.
Spencer would have liked that. There's a nice shot by Drake. Can he finish, though?
Got to the ankle, kind of
Plenty
snapped,
of time.
got down to the ankle.
40 seconds. Little
climb
throw
up that
by.
leg.
Yeah, just like a little throw by with the arm, like just threw the arm by a little quick, dropped it in a low ankle, and now he's coming up to his feet, elevating it. He's still down on the ankle. Kaler trying to balance here. Drake trying to trip him up, trying to dump him. Now he takes the leg high. Kaler rolls through. Why didn't we cover there? Drake's trying to lock up a cradle. Does really good against a 2-point takedown.
I thought Drake did a good job of not following too fast to allow that roll through, but it was almost like he paused too long and allowed Kaler to get away.
Yeah.
It was like, let that roll go so I don't get caught and give up my ankle, but he didn't follow through as quick as he should have.
Exactly. But he stayed patient, and he got the takedown. A good job. Now we got to write him out, which we do at the end of the first period. So Drake, and I look at the scoreboard, and I'm like, how the heck is it 3-0?
Yeah.
Like, what did I miss?
I talked to Ross Bartachek from IA Wrestle. He said, I've seen so many matches where it's like you win in sudden victory, 7-4. What happened? Like, how did you? Oh, yeah, it's a 3-point takedown.
Yeah, that's just crazy. And that's what brought up the stalling aspect of it, and how I'm not a fan of the 3-point takedown at all, and the new rule change there. And my philosophy and stance on it, I guess, would be that, if the wrestlers were, why do we change something that's been exactly the same since the beginning of time of the sport, pretty much? I mean, why? Like, what changed? What changed is wrestlers stopped being offensive. They stopped being as offensive, but which is okay, fine. if you're not going to be as aggressive. But you know why they stopped being offensive? Because the referees allowed them to get away with it. They stopped calling stalling. So if the referee's never going to call stalling, and I don't have to put myself out there, possibly make a mistake, get taken down, or get tired, burn up energy, then why would I?
Yeah.
And so I blame it on the referees for not calling stalling.
Yep. Kaler starts down to begin the second period. Ayala able to ride him for about 35 seconds, 40 seconds. And then from a sit-out, Kaler reached back up, grabbed our head, and was able to pop the hips away, squared up for the escape. There he's in on a shot on Drake. Gets pretty deep. Ayala trying to hip in. Kaler dumps him down, takes him down for 3.
Good shot. Good quick takedown by Kaler of Oregon State on Drake Ayala right there. Head to the outside high crotch to Drake's left leg. Quick finish, and Drake up to his feet right away. So now the score's tied 4-4. It'll be Drake's choice to start down. I would assume he'd start down in the third period.
There's a snap trying to get to that ankle again by Drake, but Kaler kicked away. 45 seconds to go, second period. 4-4 is the match score. Opening bout of the dual meet. Drake's starting to get a little bit heavier with those hands. That first period, you said no real shot attempts from either guy for the first minute and a half. Drake was letting Kaler kind of wrestle from that non-tie situation, but now Drake trying to get his hands on him, tried a little slide by again. Walks back towards the center circle where Kaler was waiting for him. Drake trying to find a position there, looking for that 2-on-1.
Kaler's got head position right there. Drake's trying to get it. We got 10 seconds to go here in the second period. I was thinking when he got out with like 25 seconds left, 30 seconds left, that, man, if he could sneak a takedown in this period and take a 7-4 lead going into the third period, starting down, that would be huge. But 4-4, Drake will choose down.
Drake has 39 seconds built towards his riding time. Join the Iowa Lottery VIP Club and enter to win tickets to see sold-out Iowa men's wrestling with the Countdown to Carver promotion. Play Hawkeye Gold scratch tickets today. Drake does get set. Kaler waits for Angel Rivera. Now covers. Caution on top.
And they changed that, too, the way that they used to say bottom man set, top man cover, set, and then blow the whistle. Now they say bottom man set, top man cover, and then boom. Once he's covered, they just go. And so that's kind of getting some used to for those guys on the top and the bottom, because you don't know exactly when it's going to say go. They don't do the second set.
Right. There's Drake, got to his feet, tried a standing switch, and was able to get out for the escape. So Ayala leads 5-4, a minute 40 to go here in regulation.
Look at all the ice cream cones in here.
I know it.
It's going to be back in Carver Hawkeye Arena, seeing everybody eat an ice cream cone. God, those are so good here.
Riley was happy she got the biggest one out of, because my father-in-law came too, so all three of them got one.
I wonder if they smartened up and got a third ice cream stand this year.
I don't know.
Last
Drake
year
tries that
too.
little slide by again. Almost got all the way around behind, but Kaler able to kick out. Approaching a minute to go. Drake dropped to a knee, but couldn't clear the hand as Kaler was hanging on to his fingers. Now fights for that inside position on the right-handed collar.
1 minute. You know Kaler's going to come at you at some point in time here. He's backing up, and you know he's got to come because he's down by a point. So Drake has to be smart, not going just kind of barreling into him. There's a nice shot by Drake, left-handed high crotch, but Kaler got his legs back up to their feet. Drake just has to be smart here, stay in good position. Keep moving, Kaler. Drake down, getting down on a knee quite a bit, just preventing it, make it tougher for Kaler to get to his legs. Got 30 seconds left here to go. Kaler now starting to pick up his offense.
Drake tries to slide by and then gets taken down.
See that? Damn it.
Drake to his feet. Now that's something I was just thinking about. Now suddenly an escape doesn't tie it. You got to get a reversal or you got to get out and get another takedown. That three-point takedown is huge.
Yep.
7-5 with 21 seconds.
Again, I forgot all about it. I was thinking, okay, we get an escape, it's tied, we go into overtime. I forgot about the three-point takedown, and here we are.
Second caution.
Son of a gun. How are we liking that three-point takedown now? Jiminy Christmas. They're resetting that clock. Crowd's getting impatient here.
Well, they can sense that Kaler pretty red in the face. Sucking a lot of wind out there.
Well, like I said, Kaler could just literally let him go now and run.
Run, because he doesn't have a stall call.
And he's still going to, win this match.
There's a switch.
Drake's
There's
out
the escape.
immediately. Drake all over him, just all over him here. Kaler right on the edge, out of bounds. All right, we got 11.6 seconds as we go back to the center. Drake's got to score in 11.6 seconds. Can he do it? Shot from a ways away there. Can't get to a stall warning.
Call. Tries a slide by. Kaler tries to reshoot off of that, and then Kaler just drops in on the leg. And Kaler is going to knock Ayala off by a score of 7-6.
Not how you wanted to start it out.
We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more from Carver. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hawks down 3-0 as we move to 133 pounds. Brody Teske for the Hawks. Believe they announced Weisenhunt, unless they bump Renteria up. Yep, it is Weisenhunt. So, Teske got to try to turn the tide a little bit. Ayala coming up just short there, losing 7-6. Brody not wrestling much last week at the Luther Open there. He gets caught flat-footed, and Weisenhunt drops down, gets to the leg, takes him down. Brody back up to his feet. Weisenhunt tries to pick him up, put him down, cannot, so Brody out for the escape.
Whoa, not a good start here for the Hawks so far. Crowd came in all excited, anticipated, music blaring, fire going. What do you call that? When the fire's going, all that pyrotechnics. And man, you just kind of almost feel the air taken out of this building already. When Drake got taken down there and lost, it's not how we wanted to start his dual meet. And then Teske comes out and gets taken down, so that's 3-1 right now. He's out to his feet for an escape. Inside trip attempt right there by Weisenhunt, and then a lateral drop attempt. Teske's got the leg hooked. He might come out on top here in a scramble situation. Weisenhunt still has our leg. Teske trying to get his arm freed up so he can pull that arm out, but probably going to go to stalemate.
Now he's trying to maybe tilt him over for that neutral danger.
There we go. Now we can Teske
now
put him to his
cross
back
base and gets the 3.
Weisenhunt wisely bailed out of that, gave up the 2-point takedown, so now it's 4-3. What?
3-point takedown.
Did I just say 2?
You did. It's not like you've been doing this for 20-some years and you're used to it. There's a roll-through by Teske. Got a couple of swipes,
now that's another new rule this year.
You can get a 3 near fall, too.
Yeah.
He only got 2 count there.
So we got 2 near fall. 2 counts, 2 near fall. 3 counts, 3 near fall. And there's a 4 count, 4 near fall?
Yes. 2,
and
3,
5
and 4.
count is still
it's
4.
2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4.
So inside of a minute to go, 6-3 is the lead. I think on the other side of the discussion about the 3-point takedown is it encourages guys to try to be more aggressive in the top position, try to do more things that way so that, like Ayala, you don't fall behind because you gave up a takedown. If you're able to do some more from that top position, then hopefully you can build that lead a lot more and counteract what those 3-point takedowns are doing.
Yeah, they're trying to get more action from the top position, which I agree with. We need more action from the top position. They're not trying to create it by basically creating stall calls from the top position. It's more so just awarding your efforts. Like if you turn them at all, hey, you're getting near fall points now, Like, hey, just do something and we'll reward it for you. That's basically what they're trying to do.
Over there, Teske was right on the edge, continuing to ride. A switch by Weisenhunt. Brody got down onto the ankle, got the 5 count, so he gives up a stall call. They stalemate it, bring it back to the center. 10 seconds to go here in the first period. Weisenhunt working up to his feet. Brody around the waist, trying to pick him up, puts him back down to the mat. So Brody will take a 6-3 lead into the second period. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
What was Brody's score? Drake's score, 7-5?
7-6.
7-6. Since you didn't print off our sheets, I'm having to make my own sheet.
I know, I'm
Steven.
sorry.
I rely on you for like 500 things and you forget one.
I know.
Just remind me to bring my glasses and pens next time.
There you go. There's Brody trying to get another hip tilt. And can't quite. He's low on that. He's all the way down at the waist. Now we're going to blow it potentially dangerous. Teskey's got 1:45 and counting of riding time. 1:36 to go here in the second period.
Teskey, he's trying to take advantage of these top points. Some new rules from the top for near falls. But he's always been a gamer on top. He likes to roll around, kind of crab ride, halves, pull him back on top of you. He likes that type of stuff.
Weisenhunt to his feet.
Uh-oh.
Able to pick him up.
Uh-oh.
Now Weisenhunt.
Uh-oh. We got out of position there.
Over us.
Weisenhunt just threw us right to our back, but we were able to scramble out, roll through, and come back out on top, and there was no control change. I was really nervous there for a second. That could have been ugly.
Minute to go now here in the second period. 6-3 is the lead for Teskey. He's got 2:25 in counting of riding time. Chops trying to get to that quick tilt. Weisenhunt just flexible, Gumby, kind of long. And we just can't quite get past that 45.
Teskey, see how on the big screen up here his legs split between Weisenhunt's? He's got to get his leg underneath Weisenhunt's, be his right leg when he tilts him, and that will literally tilt him up over. By going in between, that allows Weisenhunt to keep one leg, give enough momentum to keep his shoulders from being past 90. Easier than said than done, but that's what needs to happen there for him to complete that deal.
Brody chopping, trying to lever the triceps. Weisenhunt builds back up to his base. Brody hops over to the left side. Weisenhunt into a sit-out. And Brody will stuff a roll attempt by Weisenhunt. And he'll take a 6-3 lead into the third. Teskey's choice, 3:22 of riding time.
Well, we got the lead right now. Teskey's choice, he's going to go down. He's up 6-3. He's got over 3 minutes of riding time. Not like that. Weisenhunt now trying to get a near fall of his own, trying to work hard in his top position. Teskey in a sit-out situation. Weisenhunt kind of pulls us back over the top. We roll through there. Trying to peel that half off. Trying to come up.
Got to his feet.
To his feet. Hand control now. Nice job, Brody Teskey. Good job. Now right back in on a shot, too. Good job, Brody Teskey. Pick him up. Oh, Weisenhunt rolls through and we plant him right there. Nice job, Brody Teskey. 2-point takedown. That's what I'd love to see. Immediately right back into the shot. Comes up to his feet. 2-on-1. Clears hand control. And then bam. No relaxation there. No kind of, hey, I have a 4-point lead now. I'm just going to coast rest this third period. Nope. Right in on another shot. Now he's got a 10-4 lead with 3:13 riding time.
Cut him. Minute to go here. Needs another one. He had his major after the last three.
Nice
there
shot
he cuts
again.
off on a low single and gets 3 more.
This is what the fans want to see. Heck yeah.
Tom Brands up, says, hey, keep going. 13-4, 14-4 now with the riding time.
Tom's telling you, keep him going, bring him up. I loved it. I don't know if you were watching the big screen when the team came out of the tunnel, but Tom and Terry came out of the tunnel walking next to each other, and Tom had the biggest smile on his face. I love it when you see Tom happy and smiling. He's got such a stressful job.
Oh, Brody snaps and gives up 3.
We just left our feet behind. We didn't move our feet at all. We snapped them right into our own feet.
Gets up right away, so now it's 14-8. 15-8 with the riding time, so we still need one more takedown. There he does a better job. Snap, kept the feet back, and then gets a quick go behind.
Oh, lock up
now looking for a far side cradle, not there.
32 seconds.
30 seconds. 25 seconds to go now. 17-8 is the lead for Teske.
Nice job, Brody. Way to ride him out tough.
Puts him back down. Tripod again from Weisenhunt. Going to be to no avail. Brody Teske with the point for riding time is going to win by a score of 18-8. Puts the Hawks on top 4-3.
Standing ovation from the Carver Hawkeye crowd for Brody Teske. Had a boy ways to get us on the board.
We'll be back in 30 with 141. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Wow, what a huge hit.
Well, not as huge as the craft beer selection at local craft cellar.
Looking for the largest selection of craft beer in the area? You'll find it all at Local Craft Cellar. On top of their massive selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, Local Craft Cellar also stocks brats, jerky, bacon, and more from Edgewood Locker Meats, C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road. And online at localcraftcellar.com. That's localcraftcellar.com.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
We move to 141 pounds. Real Woods takes MediaCom Matt as the number one ranked guy in the country, taking on number 20 Cleveland Belton, a senior with a 5-2 record. Right away, Real gets in on that low single.
Yeah, Real wasted no time riding that low single, and I love watching Real Woods wrestle. Love it.
Good job by Real right there as Belton's got that whizzer in. He's using his hand to try to peel that off to see if he can pull his arm out. Belton's hanging on to his wrist, though, that's caught in that whizzer. Real limp arms out. Climbs up, tries to get to that far ankle. Now he's up to the hip. Still trying to elevate. Gets back onto the one leg, tree-topping it.
Take it up higher. There you go. Go to his head. See, if he went to his head with his right hand there, brought his head to his knee.
There's the 3 takedown for Real Woods.
Glad you said 3 because I was thinking 2. Hey, what was that guy's name that won the Nationals? I should beat him from Colorado.
Andrew Alvarez.
Where's he at?
I think he graduated.
He did graduate?
I think so.
I thought he was back another year.
I'm trying to remember now.
He had to have graduated because we're ranked 1, and he didn't go 49, I didn't think, so it was obviously graduation. I didn't know that. I was thinking he had another year. So Real is selling with the number 1 ranking. Wow, what a crazy wild match that was last year. Some great wrestling. Fortunately, Real came up on the short of the stick with a runner-up finish at the national tournament. Real out there smiling and laughing because he false started there, but it's the new rule that got him there. Oh, my good buddy Andy Hamilton must be dialing in and listening. He just said that Alvarez is taking an Olympic red shirt.
Okay. That's what I was just trying to look up. I couldn't remember if that was the case.
I thought he had another year eligibility, but I didn't see him. I knew he wasn't 49, and I didn't see him in the rankings, so I didn't know what happened. Thank you very much, Andy. Thanks for tuning in and listening, and go Flo.
I didn't pay attention. Was Andy out in New York for the Bill Farrell, or is he just...
I talked to him the other day. I don't know if he went or not, but he was telling me about who was going and stuff, and I followed it yesterday. I know that Spencer Lee won. He beat Nico Megaludis in the finals. And then Michael Kemmer wrestled in it.
Yep.
He got teched, I think, in the quarters by Jason Nolf, or the semis. He got teched in a minute, 59 seconds, so it must have got taken down and then leg laced, and it was over. And then Jason Nolf beat Marinelli in the finals by tech as well.
Yep.
Neither Marinelli or Kemmer even scored a point on Jason Nolf. I think Austin DeSanto got 3rd.
Yes, he wrestled back and got 3rd.
And who else? Warner got
2nd.
2nd, yeah. Got 2nd. So
Lugo wrestled but didn't place. Right now, Real Woods leading 3-0. He's got 1:20 of riding time, just going to work on that arm. Now he finally gets that wing thrown in as a stall warning is called on Belton. Now he's trying to get that wrist reinforced. Rolls it up over. Almost got a touch ball right there. Rolls back. Now he settles up, stacks him up a little bit more. Rolls all the way through and only got a 2 count out of it.
Hey, it's 2 points.
Able to let go and get back and cover. As Belton tried hipping in. You can see Oregon State from this bottom position, Mark. They're thinking reversal all the time.
I thought they just said we got a 2-point near fall.
Yeah, there they got it up.
Let's see. They were giving us a score.
Woods going back to work, trying to get that arm bar. Belton just laying flat on the mat right now.
Well, Larry Lee just tuned in and said that it was an Olympic redshirt as well, too. So thanks for keeping Steve and I up to speed on things, guys.
5-0 Woods as we go to the second period. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year. Proudly supports Hawkeye Wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets in Iowa City. Woods starts down to begin the second. Up to his feet. Hand control out for the escape. 6-0 is the lead for Real. He's got 2:13 of riding time. 1:50 to go here in the second period. Hawks lead 4-3 in the team score. Ayala giving up a late takedown and could not overcome in the last 20 seconds. He loses 7-6. Brody Teske with an 18-8 major decision. Just thinking freestyle rules, a 10-point tech fall, but a lot of action from the non-tie. Now Woods comes across, gets his hands on him. Now just a couple of fakes.
This is what we want to see Real Woods here. Stay on that offense. Stay on it. Get after it right away here in the second period. Go get one. Especially, you get these 3-point takedowns now. I mean, then you're up 9-0. You got your major decision. I mean, that's crazy to think that.
Both guys just on a knee right there looking at each other. Neither one moving.
And the Real's kind of like this. This is what happened. He always comes out hard. He works so incredibly hard to get that first takedown in most all matches, which is really, really fun to watch because a lot of times you just get guys out there and they kind of play patty cake and feel each other out that first. Now Real Woods, he come out and he gets after it. But then once he gets that lead sometimes, he hits that cruise control button. And he could just really, I think, develop into a even greater wrestler than he already is if he just stay on the attack and stay on that offense and start opening up some of these matches.
Big snap right there by Belton. Doesn't follow through with it. Real chasing him all the way over to the corner. Trying to come across. Belton starts to circle back towards the center. 10 seconds to go here in the second. A little bit left desired there in that last minute and a half.
You could have been calling this Belton for stalling here in the second period, too, and that's what I'm talking about. I mean, Real wasn't really, explosive and really hitting solid shots, but he had to chase him a lot, and he wasn't staying in there. Why wouldn't you call him for stalling? What's he done?
Yeah. Belton chooses neutral here to begin the third period. Woods got to get one more takedown here. He's up by 7 with the riding time. There's Belton reaching from a long ways away. Real into a front headlock. He's going right now, come back left. Belton throws the arm out. Real scooting those hips around. Not really anything fancy right there, Mark. He just kept a lot of good pressure in the right ways and was able to move enough, and Belton wasn't really reacting and just gets around for the go-behind takedown. Now Belton just bellied out again.
Real Woods really riding, excuse me, Belton's right side hard.
There's another stall call, so that'll be a point. Real trying to work that right wrist. Now they're going to call Woods for stalling.
Angel catching some flack. Angel Rivera, the referee, catching some flack from the fans for that stall call on Real Woods.
Real's going to let him up for the intentional escape, makes it 10-1, and get back to action on their feet.
Nice shot right there by
ankle.
Real. That's a good shot. Didn't waste any time.
He's climbing up the leg. Belton reaching back. Got the arm.
Nice. Great finish by Real Woods right there. And he's going to cut him right away, too. See, I wish we were wrestling like this in the second period.
Yeah. Escape 13-2. 45 seconds to go. Woods just gets around behind another. That makes it 16-2. Cut him. Makes it 16-3. Snap. Got to get one more here. Could have rode him out. The last one would have got him there, but he's got 20 seconds to get one more to get the tech fall. Or get another stall call and the riding time point. And have that sense of urgency, Real. You got to go.
It's not going to get it.
There is the stall call. Couldn't get around behind on the go-behind right on the edge, keeping a toe in. 0.4 riding time. Real Woods will get the tech fall by a score of 18-3. And that puts the Hawkeyes on top, 9-3 in the team score. Back in 30, this is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Prepare for an unforgettable season with buzzer beaters, crossovers, and electric plays that will leave you on the edge of your seats. The Iowa men's and women's basketball teams are back in action in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Help us rally behind Coach McCaffrey, Coach Bluter, and the Hawkeye teams as they fight for Iowa. Find team schedules, game times, tickets, TV providers, and more at HawkeyeSports.com. Get your family and friends together for some Hawkeye hoops at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
We move to 149 pounds. Ninth-ranked Victor Voinovich for the Hawkeyes, a sophomore at 5-1, taking on Nash Singleton, a sophomore with no record on the year.
This Voinovich came from Okie State?
Yes.
Transfer portal. Wearing a big old knee brace on his left leg.
Lost in the finals of the Luther Open to future teammate, was it Angelo Ferrari?
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that. I didn't see the results at Luther Open, so I don't know.
There's a carry attempt by Singleton and takes Voinovich down. Voinovich right back up to his feet. Makes the score 3-1. You hear Tom and Terry hollering, set up, do something. There's a shot from a long ways away. Voinovich gets fully extended, flattened out. Singleton laying on him.
Up to your feet. Oh, my goodness. That could have been really ugly for us. We got
Had the arm on the back, almost like Marinelli used to always do out front, kind of that gable arm bar.
Over the head and under the arm right there, just kind of like a whip-over action. But we were caught flat on our belly right there, and we didn't know if we were going to get to our knees fast enough and square up. I thought he was going to take us right over to our back. Finally, we got our butt in gear and got up and squared and came out of that. But we're down 3-1 right now. So the fans are seeing someone new here. And Victor Voinovich, the third. I like Victor better. I might just call him Victor.
Vic.
I like Victor.
Minute to go, first period. Voinovich in on a shot. Double tries to cut off to the single. Steps over, trying to elevate, looking to get down onto that ankle.
Need to finish here.
Now comes up over the head.
Keep your two hands on the leg. Two hands on the leg there. Up high.
Reaches across, trips him down,
smart
trying to
here, smart.
limp arm out.
Got to control his hips. We're down on the mat right there. Just got to control his hips. He's still got a wizard on us. Come up with it. Come up with it again. Come up with it. There you go.
There you go.
Back up to your feet again. Good.
39 seconds to go. Trying to adjust.
Singleton's doing a good job fighting this off. Wizard showing some really good balance. Voinovich just has to be patient. We got to finish. This is big. It's crucial to finish this takedown. He's got to work his way up the leg closer to the body, which he's doing, but he's got a wizard on us now. Trying to limp arm out. Can't limp arm out. Now we're getting closer to the edge, which is going to favor Singleton. I don't
10
think
seconds
we're gonna
left.
Finish this, Steven. That's too good a position not to score a takedown.
Yeah. Singleton just pinching tight with that whizzer, and Voinovich not going to be able to. So Singleton leads 3-1 as we go to the second period. Voinovich will start down. He was able to get out in 6 seconds after getting taken down in the first. Voinovich gets set. Singleton covers. Voinovich right away into a tripod.
Up to his feet, 1 point escape, hand control. Singleton kind of just let us out there. Didn't put a whole lot of emphasis in trying to ride us. That makes the score 3-2. Now we got to for sure try and get takedown here this period, Steven. Voinovic's choice going into the third period. We need to try and score now. And then if we have to score later, we can score later still. But let's get one now.
Yeah. Or 2 or 3 or 4. Start with 1, though.
Start with 1 at a time, yep.
Voinovich working that left-handed collar, trying to snap. Comes back looking for that sweep attempt, but Singleton able to control the other hand. Another sweep, comes up into a body lock situation, now cuts off to that underhook on the left side. Pressuring in on that, his left side, Singleton's right side.
Well, we're down 3-2 right now. 50 seconds to go here in the second period. The Hawks are leading this dual meet 9-3. Drake Ayala lost to start with, which was not expected. And it just ended up getting taken down towards the end of that match. Gave up that takedown and those 3-point takedowns and just couldn't rebound. There's a nice left-handed high crotch right there by Victor. But again, Singleton's whizzing hard here on us, and we're having a hard time getting past that whizzer. Again, we're up to our feet. We're bringing the leg up. We're doing what we're supposed to do.
Tries dumping him down, throwing the head by. Down to the mat. Voinovich trying to cut across to a double, but Singleton locked around our chest now. Voinovich trying to elevate right on the edge of the mat. Voinovich around, basically has our left arm trapped with that, so it will be 3-2 as we go to the third.
Ooh, Singleton's going to choose neutral.
Voinovich is good on top.
So we definitely now.
The shot right off the whistle by Singleton. Voinovich, arms down. So what's he got to do to not get caught in that whizzer, Mark? I mean, he's setting these shots up well, but
he's got to pin it. He's got to once he gets in on the shot, as it comes and wraps around the leg, he sits and holds position too long, and it allows Singleton to come back and throw that whizzer and come over his arm, throw it in. But even if he gets it in, big deal. You come up to your feet and you drive through it. You drive through him.
Got to the leg, came up, tried to get to a cradle.
You want to drive through him so much that the guy has to literally let go of the whizzer
like
to
that
post.
Right there.
Exactly.
Reaches across to that far ankle.
Far ankle right there.
But he still has that
You don't
whizzer.
want to come around the waist like that. That's what happens. That's what he wants. He wants you to come around the waist. You need to stay down on the leg. And now we come up to our feet and we lose it again. That's what he doesn't want to do. You don't want to come up around the waist. Stay on the leg.
50 seconds to go. There's a stall call. Voinovich for the Hawkeyes trailing 3-2. Voinovich still with that underhook on the left side. Reaching for that leg. Double wrist lock, though. Controls that right arm. 30 seconds to go. He's been to the leg. He's just got to finish. Let's go, stud. Reaches for that left-handed high crotch. Hawk fans clamoring for another stall call. Voinovich reaches for that leg. Couldn't get anywhere with it.
And he's going to hold us here in this front headlock. We're not going to be able to come out of that. We're up to our feet again. Oh, my gosh. This is sad.
And he gets another stall call to tie it up.
Well, it was deserving. It was more than deserving. And Pendleton can't be pissed off or arguing that either.
So, knotted up at 3, heading to sudden victory.
I mean, Victor had been in on how many shots, legit solid shots, and just couldn't finish that match compared to Singleton's. I mean, Victor was offensive the whole regulation.
Yeah.
But now he's got to get to the leg again, but this time learn to finish the shot. Or go to a different shot that you're better at finishing.
Singleton with the shot. Stuffed the head into a front headlock.
Now he stuffs
Stuff
it.
him.
Almost
Try to get around behind.
Now we're on that leg.
There's
he
a somersault
rolls.
through attempt. We
Singleton.
let him roll through. Get across to that far leg.
Oh, my goodness. How did we not
it.
finish that?
Singleton now trying to switch back.
Cut across. Yes.
Elevate that leg.
Come on, stay on the leg. Come on again. Singleton keeps kicking out, rolling through, and we're constantly almost about ready to finish, but just have not been able to finish. Take him down to the mat, far ankle, drive through!
There's the 3.
zone. Yes! Great job, Victor.
6-3 in Sutton victory. Hawks go up by a score of 12-3 in the team score. Back in 30, this is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is Monica from Monica's in Coralville. Randy trusted Seth Sauer and me for decades. Over the years, we've learned from his work ethic, generosity, and courage. We made a strong team because he was a great coach. We are honored to carry on his legacy and will not change the Monica's playbook, Italian specialties, and American favorites made from authentic ingredients, prepared and served by a caring staff. Like athletes, we will never forget our great coach. Thank you for your continued support. And of course, go Hawks!
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Feels like Tony Ramos coming out. A little run this town tonight. Jared Franek for the Hawkeyes, number 2 in the country, taking on sophomore Murphy Minke. 3-0 record on the year. Hawks lead 12-3 in the team score. Franek with a shot. Minke able to get his leg back, almost tripped us up. Franek able to scramble, squares back up with him. Now he's caught in a front headlock. Franek is. Franek trying to peel those hands off. Working back up to their feet. Now able to circle out of that. 2:15 to go, first period. No score at 1:57. Franek with a snap. Follow through with anything, though. Half attempt there by Minke. Just more drop to a knee and swipe the arm out.
What was Franek last year? 5th? Pretty sure?
4th or 5th, I think. Let me look it up here in the beautiful notes from Sam Bassler. It was 4th. He lost to Humphreys from Lehigh in the 3rd place match.
Oh, he was 4th last year.
Yep. His only 2 losses at the NCAAs last year were to Humphreys. And he lost to Peyton Robb in his first match of the year.
Well, he should do good things for us here.
There's a shot.
Kobe Seabrecht not in the lineup.
Cuts off, gets around the waist, not able to keep him down at the time. Now he's able to pull him back to the mat. That's another one of those rule changes, Mark, that's probably a little subtle for most fans, but that touch takedown they take away. Mm-hmm. You have to control the wrestler on the mat. You can't just, 1 point touched. It's a 3-point takedown.
Which I agree with. A takedown should be control.
Yep.
Which is why I disagree with the neutral danger. A lot of times neutral danger, there's no control.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you get as many points for no control as you do a controlled takedown?
Yeah.
So
what if you did a 1 or a 2 point for the neutral danger?
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Fine. If you want your stupid neutral danger rule, fine. Have your neutral danger rule. But if it was like last year, still offer two takedown for an actual legit controlled takedown, and then 1 for neutral danger, or now offer 3 for your takedown and then 2 for neutral danger. But it should, if there's no takedown and it's just neutral, a neutral setting, there's no control, you shouldn't be awarded as many points as if you actually physically took someone down and you're in complete control. They're not equal. So why are they equal point-wise? It doesn't make sense to me.
There was a shot by Franek at the end. He stumbled a little bit, reshot by Minke, almost got around behind, but we scrambled out as the period comes to an end. Franek's choice, he'll start down. He gets set. Minke will cover on the left side. Franek working up to his feet, trying to get that hand control. Minke around the waist, picks him up, puts him to a tripod. Franek squares back up and is able to kick out for the escape. 4-1 is the lead. Minke able to get the riding time ticking his way. He has 9/10 of a second. Minute and a half to go here. Second period. 4-1 is the lead for Iowa's Jared Franick. Hawks lead in the team score 12-3.
Our lone loss coming at 125 pounds, where Drake Ayala had the lead most of the match, and they got taken down right towards the end. And with the 3-point takedown rule, that gave Kaler from Oregon State a 7-5 lead instead of a 6-5 lead.
Franick dives in for a shot from a ways away.
And then when Drake got his escape, that made it 7-6, but he was still down by a point. And just was not able to finish, get a takedown towards the end, and losing 7-6.
40 seconds to go here. Second period now. Menke, half attempt, comes across with an overhook on us.
30 seconds.
Franick trying to clear out of that. Stalemate him. Fresh start with 20 seconds to go. Franick bobbing and weaving a little bit. Trying to create some action. Get some movement to find an angle. Period will come to an end. Franick will have a 4-1 lead as we go into the third period. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 57 years. Oak Knoll conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Menke starts down to begin the third period. Tripod's up to his feet. Franick around the waist. Unable to pick him up, so lets him out for the escape. Makes it 4-2 now.
Franick looks strong. Really good at snapping.
Misdirection from a non-tie. Gets to that leg, head to the inside. Trying to elevate it. Menke reaching back, grabbing our ankle.
Did a great job. There's a
Elevates
2-point
through and
takedown.
gets 3.
Did I say 2 again?
You did.
Jeepers. It's going to be a long season.
We're going to, instead of a swear jar, we're going to need a 2 jar. And we're just going to have to put a quarter every time we say 2.
Maybe we do that and donate it to the Children's Hospital at the end of the year or something. Quick escape from Menke makes it 7-3 now in favor of Franick.
What I was going to say on that last takedown is what he did such a great job with that Victor was not doing in the previous match, is that when he got to that shot, he drove through with it. He kept going through with it, and he gave Menke no option other than to have to let go of the wizard and bail out there and give up the takedown. And that was the difference between Franick right there and Victor that last match. There's a stall warning against Menke as Franick takes a shot right there, a double, but doesn't get it. Comes up into an over-under situation here.
Looks like this Menke wants to be here, too. And
Well, Franick's doing a good job when he does get there. When I say over-under, he's not all the way in, body lock over-under, hands lock where you're going to toss him or anything like that. He's respecting the position and just kind of over-under, but he's not getting in there too deep.
Another misdirection, head to the outside.
He's got our ankle, though.
We're trying to drive in. There, he picks him up, dumps him over, and that is that strength that you talked about right there, Mark.
Nice.
Right at the end of the period,
right
makes it 10-3. So Hawks go on top by a score of 15-3 as we head to the intermission. We will take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more from Carver. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
You wouldn't wear the same clothes every day, so why are you drinking only one kind of beer? Experience the largest area selection of craft beer at local craft cellar. Craft beer, non-alcoholic beverages, snacks, meats, and the hard stuff too. Bourbon, tequila, gin, and more. There really is something for everyone and every occasion at local craft cellar. Stop in today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. We are at the intermission with the Hawkeyes on top by a score of 15-3 over Oregon State. Let's take a look at our Hawkeye women's wrestling update, brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, featuring the Draft Day Sports Lounge, where you'll find great food, beverages, and the Top Golf Swing Suite ready to play. Hawkeyes started out the season ranked number 8. They have now moved up to number 1 in the latest NCAA poll. Last weekend, right here in Carver, they hosted the Trailblazer Duels.
They're up to number 1 already?
They're up to number 1
Have
already.
they beat the 7 teams in front of them?
Not all 7, but they've beat several.
1, 2, and 3?
No, I don't think they've beat them. I think everybody has seen the domination that they've had.
Well, I
and so
agree.
they voted for them.
That's probably where they're going to be, but to take them from 8 to 1 without even wrestling the 1, 2, and 3, that's...
I think they beat, at that time, I think 2 weeks ago they were 8, and they beat number 7. And then last week, I think they had 11, 10, and 5, and they beat all 3 of them. They went 32-1 on the day in individual matches in the Trailblazer Duels, outscored their opponents 127-5, and it was the first ever women's duel here inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. And not surprisingly, we set a world record for a women's wrestling event with 8,207 fans in attendance. So any women's wrestling duel across the world, and none have had more fans than what we had last weekend. Just this past weekend, Friday and Saturday, they crowned 6 champions, had 4 runners-up, 2 that finished 3rd, and 1 that finished 4th at the Missouri Valley College Open. Up next on Tuesday at the NWCA All-Star Classic out in State College, number 1 at 160 pounds, Marilyn Deedy will take on Latifah McBride, who is ranked number 1 in NAIA. She is hailing from Life College. Hawkeyes' next team event will be December 10th, as they are at the North Central College Invite in Naperville, Illinois. And they will be back here in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Their only other dual meet here inside Carver will be on January 21st, and they're still working out a few of the details on that one. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, located just minutes south of Iowa City, is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the inaugural season of Hawkeyes Women Wrestling. Thank you to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort for their partnership with the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's been interesting kind of following along with them, Mark, and seeing some of the freestyle rules and whatnot, and get them going. I know I had to double take when I saw the first one, and they won the first match, I think, at East Stroudsburg. Was it 44-1? I'm like, how do you get 1 point? And I forgot in freestyle, if you win by tech but the other team scores on you, then they get a point for the team score for that. And so there's some just little bit of differences there between how it works for the men and the women. So it'll be fun to kind of as the season wears on.
And I'm not going to lie, I don't even know how all that works. Like, I literally don't. Like, I don't know how the team scoring really works in freestyle or whatever, and follow it enough to know from a team standpoint. So, and I didn't make the dual meet here last Sunday. It was just too beautiful of a day, and hadn't been out on a weekend yet for in the tree stand, and it was going to take a lot to pry me away from a tree last weekend. So that's where I was at. But I obviously seen a lot of the highlights and social media stuff, and it sounds like it was very, very well received, and people were really excited about it, and it went really well, and I think there's a lot of excitement. You know, I think what people have realized now, though, is Iowa Women's Wrestling, T.J. Williams, former two-time national champion for the Iowa Hawkeyes, being interviewed by Laura Vandenberg down there. T.J. Williams, stud wrestler. Man, I love T.J. Williams. And the thing I like about him, too, he's so humble. Very, very humble guy. Doesn't say a lot. But the thing about the women's wrestling is what people didn't realize is that I think they thought that there was going to be like a full schedule like what we have every year. And there's just not enough teams involved in the women's wrestling yet to have like a dual meet schedule. So the women more so just wrestle tournaments. And but they have tried to put, like what they did last weekend, try to put a few matches together at once, and they're still working on, I think, the January 21st date you said.
Yep.
Trying to put some things together that just to give the Hawkeye fans something in front of them to come watch and learn the sport of freestyle, the scoring system, and everything as well, too. Now, the other good thing is sorry, they will be competing again this year at the Soldier Salute. in Extreme Arena right here in Coralville, along with the men's team that weekend. And I think that's December 29th and 30th.
Yep.
That's a Saturday, I believe, this year. Yeah, Friday, Saturday. And so you're going to get an opportunity to watch them there, January 21st here. And then the awesome thing is the national championships this year for women's wrestling are in Cedar Rapids at the Alliant Energy building now?
Alliant Energy Powerhouse.
Something or other. Anyway, whatever you want.
Five Seasons
Center, U.S. Southern Center, Alliant Energy. It's at that building downtown in Cedar Rapids. So, I think it's the same weekend as our Big Ten championships.
Yes, it is.
So, the people that can't go, where are Big Tens this year?
Maryland.
Oh, great. So,
and it's weird because it's a week late because the 1st of March is on a Saturday. So everything's back a week. So it'll be March 8th and 9th is Big Tens. And then spring break week is when we get back from that. And then Nationals is the week after, like the 20, what would that be?
This is the first time in the history since I've been in college that Nationals does not fall on the week of spring break. Ever.
Yeah. That plays it kind of plays havoc with me trying to schedule the ice cream shop with, me being gone for a week. But such it is.
It is what it is. So Big Tens are going to be in Maryland. So if you're not going to make the Big Tens in Maryland, which I presume a lot of people are not, especially with the Nationals being in Kansas City, because a lot of people are going to obviously try to make that being so close. So that'll give them the opportunity to drive to Cedar Rapids to watch the women's national championship and support them, and then they can tune into us while they're at the women's national championship and kind of follow both. So that'd be a good, fun weekend to plan ahead on.
Speaking of freestyle, you did mention earlier the Bill Farrell tournament yesterday, and it's one of those. It's a qualifier for the Olympic trials, and so you've got different tournaments throughout the year that you have to do well at these to earn your spot into the Olympic trials. And Spencer Lee came out, took care of business, looked pretty good. The little bit that I saw, I didn't get to watch a lot of it, but just seeing kind of how he did. I was able to win. I think it was 7-4 over Megaludis in the finals.
Yeah, 7-4. I didn't see the match. I just saw the results. I was in a tree stand yesterday at the same time, and I should have taken my earpods so I could have watched and listened, but I forgot.
Like you said, Austin DeSanto, I think he and Pat Lugo both lost early enough, like the same round, but then DeSanto was able to get pulled back in. I don't remember if it was a true rippage or how they worked that for sure, but DeSanto was able to come back and
I did see his
get a bronze.
third-place match, and he looked good. He looked really good. I didn't see the match he lost, but Spencer, it's great to see Spencer back on the mat again.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's just I'm just happy he's back on the mat.
Marinelli wrestled.
Coming out and getting a win is big, but just seeing him back at it. So
yeah, that's feeling good, seeing how those knees were going to hold up. And he's a gamer. He's going to let caution.
He's a gamer. He's a gamer as in he can compete at wrestling. Like he's a gamer. He gets ready to go. And he's also a gamer. He likes to play games on the computer. So when you say he's a gamer, we're talking the sport of wrestling.
That's right.
Not the.
I mean, we could talk both, but
I can't. Maybe you can. I don't know
some of the games he plays.
I don't know anything
know,
about the other stuff. I just know wrestling.
Pokemon. I mean, I remember a couple years ago we went out to I think it was Kent State. We wrestled him out there, and we'd bust it. And he was sitting right behind me on the bus, and I turned around, and he just had. I mean, it was a gallon-sized baggie, Ziploc baggie, and it was just full of like different Nintendo DS games. And I was like, "Oh, what all you got in there?" And he's like, "Pokemon, Pokemon, 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 Pokemon." Pokemon. I'm like, that's beyond me, man. That is beyond me. Also, Bill Farrell, Marinelli, and Warner both finished second. Marinelli, like we said earlier, lost to Nolf. Wrestled at Penn State collegiately, and he looked good. You want to tip your cap to guys when they wrestle well, and that Nolf had a good tournament. And then Jacob Warner lost to the top seed, Michael Macchiavello. Wrestled collegiately at North Carolina State. And so those two both finished second. I'm trying to remember if there's any other qualifiers. We'll have to see. I think next time there's a next time that Chad Beatty's not on the road with these guys, I'll have to talk to him a little bit and remember what other qualifiers there might be. But there's definitely chances for some of these other Hawkeye Wrestling Club guys to go do some things and hopefully make some big noise on that international level. So,
what else you got, big dog? What else are we going to talk about? We going to go to commercial, or we got more to talk about at halftime?
We got a minute and a half. We don't have any extra commercials, so.
Well, fill me in. How was your off season?
It's good. Busy summer, as always.
How'd the West Branch football team finally end up?
We lost in the second round to MFL Marmac, so we finished 6-4. We lost to MFL, who was runner-up in Class 1A. We lost to Williamsburg, who was the champion in 3A. We lost to Wilton, and they were, we had a three-way tie for the district championship. And so, there was three of us that were all really pretty darn good. And then we lost to Dike New Hartford in a close game that really felt like we could have or should have won. And they ended up finishing in the top 8, I think. They made it one round further than we did. We knocked off Waterloo Columbus, who made it to the semifinals. So,
who won Class 5? Is that Southeast Polk?
Southeast Polk, third year in a row, yeah.
Who they play in the finals?
Ankeny.
What was the score? Do you have any idea?
I don't remember exactly, but I think it was like 2 touchdowns, roughly. Like 35-21, 38-24-ish. I didn't see exactly what it was, but... JV, where I coach, not quite as good. We won our first game, and then we only won one more the rest of the way. But
it sounds like they need to find a new coach.
We also had 7 sophomores that were pulled up to varsity. And we played several teams where we had a lot of freshmen. We were a majority a fresh soft team. We were a fresh soft team, but we played some JV games. And so we were playing some juniors that our guys just weren't quite there physically yet. So
yeah, there's probably some maturity level there that need to take care of. That just going to grow at that age.
Yep.
There's a big difference between a freshman, sophomore versus a junior or senior.
Back here on the mats, we get ready for 165 pounds. Michael Caliendo, number 5 in the country at 165, going to be taking on Kakana Ferret, a junior with a 6-1 record.
Caliendo wastes no time. Little boot scoot action, little duck action right there. In on the leg. What is that? Ferret?
Ferret, yeah.
Ferret. It's Ferret of Oregon State. He's a junior, not ranked.
He actually rolls through us and takes us down for the 3-point takedown, trying to get a far side cradle on us. Caliendo up to his feet, pops out, gets the escape. So he's down 3-1.
Another one of those North Dakota transfers. Is it North Dakota State?
North Dakota State, yeah.
Transfers, him and Caliendo, and then Franick obviously came in here together. It's going to be interesting to see what happens once Patrick Kennedy is eligible to come back and wrestle, which after this dual meet, he will be eligible.
Okay.
So he had a 2-meet suspension. For the whole
underhook throw by attempt by Caliendo, but could not finish as there was a throw attempt right at the end by Ferret.
Yeah, Patrick Kennedy only had a 2-meet suspension for the gambling incident. So obviously it wasn't as near as big of a deal for what he did compared to others. And so Cal Baptist in this, and then he'll be released back to competition after this match. But he did just have a minor knee scope the other day, so he was just getting back on the mat this week. So it might be a couple weeks yet before he's live, ready to go action.
Another shot attempt there by Caliendo.
Interesting to see how they handle that one in the room.
Yeah. Well, do you potentially bump somebody up to 74?
I don't think either one of them are big enough for 74.
Yeah, that's just the thing.
I just don't think they are. I think they're going to have to sell it on the mat, so to speak, and whether it's a wrestle-off, whether it's based off Soldier Slew, I don't know, but we'll find out eventually. But you got 2 hammers in there at the same weight.
Nice double cut off to a single. Now try to recut to the double, but gives up that leg. Ferret locked through our crotch. Doing the splits here as Caliendo tries to square back up. It's all the way across, rolling through. Now Ferret rolls through on us and gets another 3 takedown. Well, it's interesting because you got Matthew Olguin, who's number 8 in the country at this weight class, but they did not weigh him in today.
Oregon State?
Yeah. So he could have had a top 10 matchup, 5 versus 8, but this Ferret looking good in this first period, leads Caliendo by a score of 6-2. Throughout the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series, Iowa Corn promotes values that are uniquely Iowan. On behalf of Iowa's corn farmers, we salute all athletes for their hard work and determination, both on and off the field. Just like our athletes, our state leads the nation in corn and ethanol production. Follow Iowa Corn on Facebook to learn how corn grows Iowa. Caliendo starts down to begin the second period. Right away, leg thrown in. Caliendo dumps Ferret off of him. Ferret drops in on a leg. Now Caliendo comes out front. Front headlock, trying to get to the leg. Cannot.
He got lazy there. Caliendo could have scored right there for sure, don't you think?
Yes.
He just let him go right there. He could have gotten easy a 3-point takedown there.
It would have been just a reversal.
Well, I think he could have allowed him just enough release to give him the one and then right back in, or it could have been a reversal, one of the two, but he for sure could have gotten something more than just an escape.
Comes across again on that same shot, gets to the leg.
He's got to pop that knee off his head. Got to pop that knee off. Go to the knee.
There's the neutral danger. Now he pops the head out. Ferret still locked through our crotch.
Why is that not?
There is the 3.
Why is that not 2 or 3?
So ties it up at 6 with a minute to go. They're going to challenge that. Challenge that there wasn't
takedown. It was 100%. How was there not a takedown? Or they challenged it thinking there was neutral danger on Caliendo. I'm not sure what they're challenging.
Tom Brand's up trying to get the explanation. Angel Rivera just telling Tom, I'm looking at it. Just go sit down.
Tom's hot about something. I think Oregon State wants neutral danger. Here you're looking at it right here. What's he counting right there?
I think he was counting neutral danger against Oregon State.
I mean, there's no way it was neutral danger on us. So if that's what Oregon State's throwing the brick in for, then that's a complete waste of a brick.
The only thing I can see is, was there any change?
On the takedown?
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. It should have been a takedown a long time before they called it. It just took a while to call it. There wasn't any change. So that's what I was wondering the whole time. Why are you not calling a takedown here? But, yeah, if that's what they're arguing, like, hey, nothing changed. Well, Rivera said, yeah, I know, I was stupid. I should have called that like about 3, 4, 5 seconds ago.
If you're looking for a place to stay near Iowa City and the University of Iowa, Hyatt Regency Coralville offers a memorable experience. The newly remodeled 288-room hotel features an on-site restaurant, a new cafe serving Starbucks, a beautiful outdoor terrace, and much more. Hyatt Regency Coralville is located in the Iowa River Landing District and is within walking distance to unique restaurants, luxury retailers, and live events at Extreme Arena. Takedown stands. Minute to go, 59.9 on the clock.
I don't know who the assistant coach is for them.
Is that, that's not Engel. Who's the other one?
I don't know any of these guys. Corey Crooks, Josh Roden, and Nate Engel. But there's a
quick escape for Ferret. Makes it 7-6 now.
All right, where are we at here? It scores 7-6, like you just mentioned. Second period, 45 seconds to go. Oregon State is winning 7-6 as Caliendo of Iowa has been taken down twice in this match so far.
Caliendo been in on a couple of shots, but Ferret just funky.
Finishing. You know what? And that's kind of been the theme of the dual meet so far is we've been in a lot of shots that we have not finished. And Oregon State is kind of funky. and we're not finishing. I'd like to know what our percentage of being in on a shot versus finishing is. Now, there's a nice shot by Caliendo. Can he finish? Cuts off to the double. Bars the guard. Bam! 2-point takedown. Great job. Great job.
9-7 with just 7 seconds left. So that'll give him the 2-point lead as we go into the third period.
That's a big takedown, at the end of the period.
Ferret going to choose down here to begin the third. 9-7 is the lead for Caliendo. Ferret up to his feet, out for the escape. Just trying to think back. Didn't Jessamine Smith have red hair before he started shaving all of it? I was having glimpses there because Caliendo's got
a lot of
red hair.
He's got more hair than Jessamine ever had. All right, so now scores 9-8, Caliendo, third period, minute and a half left to go in the match. Hawks are winning this one 15-3. The only loss so far is Drake Ayala at 125, which was
throw by attempt and a takedown by Caliendo.
Ferret kind of got a little out of position coming into us, and Caliendo just kind of hit a little quick throw by right there for a 2-point takedown. Now we're going to see if we can ride him out now. We got a minute to go. Scores 12-8. See how Caliendo is on this top position. Ferret got out immediately when he chose bottom earlier.
Explodes right up to his feet again. No real effort from Caliendo. He drops to an ankle, but lets him
really
out for the escape.
A whole lot of attempts by Caliendo to ride there, so that makes it 12-9, and a takedown ties it. So
that's one of those where you always talk about forward pressure, and it felt like Caliendo just kind of covered and sat there. There he comes across through the leg and posts on his head as a lat drop attempt there by Ferret.
That's a cement mixer opportunity right there by Ferret. He tried reaching over the head and kind of doing a cement mixer, head over and under, and come straight back over him. And Caliendo did a great job. Dropped his hips, took that away, ended up getting a takedown. Now escape for Ferret, so that makes it 15-10 now.
20 seconds to go. Riding time not a factor. One more would get the major decision.
It's taking Caliendo a little while to get going here, but now once he's going, he's doing pretty good.
And on the shot with 10 seconds left. Looks up at the clock, sees the time, drives through, but can't quite hang on to it.
That's going to do it.
Letting these guys square back up with us. But still gets the win 15-10. Hawks go up 18-3. Back in 30 seconds. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey, Hawkeye fans. This is Monica from Monica's. Randy always told Chef Sal and me that family comes first. So I'm here with my son to invite you to stop by before or after your favorite university event. We are proud of our Hawkeye coworkers, including Sal's daughter, Miss Sarah, and hope you know that if you are headed to Carver or Hampshire, our awesome food, full bar, and Monica's family await. We hope to see you soon. And what do you say, Meyer? Go Hawks!
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
We move to 174 pounds.
Who's going to be?
Freshman Gabe Arnold. True freshman from Georgia that moved up here and wrestled at City High last year, taking on number 11 Travis Whitlake, a transfer from Oklahoma State. Arnold, highly touted young man. Looking forward to seeing him for the next 4 or 5 years in the black and gold.
Boy, people were really wondering if he was going to come out of that tunnel or not. Gabe Arnold, such a stocky 174-pounder. I talked to Patrick Kennedy quite a bit, and he wrestled him quite a bit in the offseason and stuff, and said he's so hard to finish on. Lower center of gravity, great hips, big old legs, good balance, a lot of athleticism. Him and that Tate Noctenborn from Linmar had some unbelievable matches the last couple of years in high school, with Gabe Arnold winning, I think, all of them.
Yeah.
But that Tate Nagborn, he's going to do great things in college, too. He went over to Iowa State. He's just a hard working kid and great wrestler, tough kid. Probably going to see those two scrap. I'm trying to think if he was at 74 or 84, though. Might have been at 84.
I haven't paid close attention yet to see this year.
I just saw a wrestle-offs or something. I can't remember what weight he was at. But so far, nothing out of Gabe Arnold, though. Just kind of some hand fighting, standing around. He's wrestling Travis Whitlake, the number 11 ranked wrestler. This Whitlake's pretty good. Wasn't Whitlake at Okie State, too?
Yeah.
Well, if Tom wants to see how good Gabe is, this is a great test for him right here.
And Tom talked about it in the press conference this week with the new rules that you can wrestle five times.
Yeah, this is great. That's a great rule. I like that rule. Implemented, last year was the first year they did that? You can wrestle up to 5 times without losing your redshirt eligibility.
Inside of a minute to go, down to 50 on the clock. First period, no score. No attempts, actually, from either guy here. Just a lot of hand fighting in the center.
This is where the referee, Angel Rivera, has to step in and start calling. And
as much as it frustrates me, that's what I like about freestyle is they get the passivity clock, and they put one guy on it. And I don't always agree with who they call it on.
I don't either, but that's the thing. Just call it double stalling.
Yeah.
Call it double stalling. There's not. You can do that.
Jimmy
That's
Ramirez.
Call them both. Because equally nobody has done anything, so just call them both, and then it's fair. But to call one just because you have to call one and put him on a clock, well, that's not fair to the other guy. He ain't doing anything either. So call them both right now.
No score at the end of the first. Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited, Iowa's official bowl tour, is proud to announce the Hawkeye football team is bowl eligible. They're the Big Ten West champions. Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited is Iowa's leaders for game tickets, air travel, and hotel. Sign up to automatically receive official bowl travel information at hawkeyesports.com/bowl central. Congrats to Coach Ferentz and company as they found a way to get the win again yesterday over Illinois. Clinch a trip to Indianapolis. Final time the West Division champion will be crowned.
Next week between Ohio State and Michigan, is that right?
Yep, basically the winner of that one is who the Hawkeyes will wrestle.
What are we talking about here?
I don't know, I was reading. The side ref came over, talked to the head table, and then Angel Rivera came over. Now Pendleton's talking to Rivera. I don't know if it was about choice, like whose choice it should have been, or
no, I don't think so. I think it was something else. I don't know what. I don't think it was choice.
I didn't see if there was a caution blown, but one way or the other, we're underway here in the second period. Arnold chooses down to begin the second, up to his feet. Whitlake around the waist. Arnold trying to peel those hands free. Whitlake looking to get to an ankle. Arnold gets out for the escape. So Gabe leads by a score of 1-0. You talk about maturity difference, and you've got Arnold, a true freshman, and Whitlake, who's a grad student. I'm pretty sure this is his COVID year.
Yeah, I wonder what the age of both these guys are compared to each other. It's crazy. I mean, you've got to be looking at Gabe Arnold's probably, 19, 20. Whitlake's
18
probably,
or 19 probably. He's a true freshman.
Well, I know, but kids, I mean, I think some of these kids start late.
Yeah.
I mean, you got kids in high school that are 19 years old. I graduated at 17.
Yeah.
You know, but seriously, some of these kids are graduating at 19 years old now.
There's Arnold to the ankle. Whitlake tried to kick away. Gabe tried to stay on it. He's able to come up. Whitlake trying to hip into him. Arnold picks him up and throws him down for 3.
Yeah.
That was some horsepower from a true freshman. Whitlake quickly rolls through, gets out for the escape, but now Gabe leads by a score of 4-1 with 30 seconds to go in the second period.
That's what you call picking them up and putting them down. That's a return. That's a finish. And he was smart, too, because he almost got reversed there.
Yeah.
And he immediately just kind of like let him go for the one instead of giving up a reversal. Great shot. Headed outside high crotch, came up to his feet.
Second period winds down. 4-1 will be the lead for Arnold as we go to the third. Whitlake will start down. Whitlake still has 9.3 seconds towards riding time, so unless Gabe puts on a full period ride, probably not going to see that impact things. Whitlake into a tripod. Arnold hops around to the other side, trying to pick him up. Whitlake almost hand control. Arnold trips him back down to a knee. Now back to the tripod, back to his feet. Gabe drops down between the legs, runs him into the cheerleaders as they go out of bounds. Head back to the center. 1:46 to go in the third. Arnold, for being a true freshman, though, Mark, I mean, just athletically, I mean,
he is so
looks
athletic.
more developed than many. I mean, a lot of times freshmen come in, you see just some of that baby fat, and they still have.
That's why I'm not thinking he's 18 years old. Maybe, I don't know, but you're right.
Able to
nice
return
job right
Whitlake
there.
back down again. 30 seconds off the clock here in the third period. Whitlake again to his feet. Arnold again spikes the hip off the mat. Whitlake back to his base. Every time he does that, Mark, I mean, that's that mental game. And Whitlake, the first couple, he bounced right back to a tripod, and then all of a sudden, he's getting into that where, okay, now I'm just going to slowly build my base. They go out of bounds, head back to the center, 1:16 on the clock.
Well, right now, I want him to slowly build his riding time. He's got 34 seconds built towards it right now. He's up 4-1. It's in the third period. I'd like to see him get up over a minute. Hawks will lead this one 18-3. Only match we lost so far is that first match at 125 with Drake Ayala. Upset there. Oh,
Roll
shoot. We left
attempt,
our
and we
foot
left
right
our
in front
foot.
of him.
Oh, man.
That was a mistake on Gabe Arnold's part right there. Just left his foot right in front of him. But he still comes up, scrambles out of it, and stays on top.
Whitlake to his feet. Arnold around the waist, seeing if he can get the hand control, try to elevate him, and works him back down to a tripod. Roll through attempt, and Arnold able to kick away. He almost gave up the escape.
All right, 50 seconds to go. He's up 4-2. He did
Missed
not
riding
get his
time by
ride time.
1.3.
Dang it.
4-2 is the lead for Iowa's Gabe Arnold.
Well, like I said earlier, I was talking to Patrick Kennedy, and he says he's so hard to take down. Even when you get in on him, he's so hard to take down. So that's one good thing that he's got going for him here.
Stay in there. Don't give up a stall point either. Shot from Whitlake. Arnold just steps away from it.
20 seconds.
Another shot by Whitlake, and he just missed the leg that time. Gabe's going to get hit for stalling on the next one.
It don't matter.
Whitlake just kind of staying there, not doing anything. 10 seconds left.
Stay in there.
He's not even trying to get in on the leg.
He's going to do it. That's a big win for a true freshman. Carver debut right there. Gabe Arnold. Woo!
Clock ran out. They didn't realize it. The horn never sounded, but Gabe Arnold smacking the fist to his palm gets the win by a score of 4-2.
Look at that. Look at that.
Hawks on top, 21-3. Back in 30. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Menards 11% sale ends on Thanksgiving Day. Don't miss out. Lions is the perfect choice to give your bathroom a fresh, new look. We carry a great selection of Lions tubs and showers that will match your style and your budget. Right now, get 11% off all Lions showers and tubs at Menards. Stores close Thanksgiving, but 11% off remains in effect on Menards.com. Savings are mail-in rebates. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
We move to 184 pounds. Brennan Swafford for the Hawkeyes going to be taking on number 3 in the country, Trey Munoz, junior with a 7-0 record. Munoz, two-time Pac-12 champion. His dad, Mark. You may know the name Mark. 2001 national champion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was a great wrestler. I like this Swafford coming out to a little LL Cool J.
Oh,
Mom
yeah.
gonna knock you out. That's an oldie and a goodie.
Swafford's one of those that started out at, I think, was it Graceland NAIA, then transferred here. Was trying to get into the lineup, then had some injuries for a couple of years, and came back, took advantage of that COVID year, and said, I've got one more year of eligibility. I'm going to give it a go.
Mike Doty just informed me he's the walking encyclopedia. I'm sure he did some research, but Gabe Arnold will be 19 in January.
Okay. I'm 43 and I don't look that developed. I still got a lot of baby fat.
I used to, and now I'm on the downhill slide. It's like a pyramid. I'm up and then I'm down.
Shot there by both guys back and forth. Good scrambling from both wrestlers as well. Swafford overhook right here. Now looking to clear out. Munoz burying that underhook in on the right side. He swims his arm out of the way.
Well, his dad, right, Mark Munoz, he won a couple matches, I'm sure, here in Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Shot by Munoz, reshot by Swafford, and then he gets caught a little bit. His finger's actually caught in the singlet. He tried letting go of it. Now hits a switch. Comes out front, gets the escape at least. So he's down 3-1. And then Munoz, another quick snap, go behind for 3 more. Makes it 6-1.
Up to your base here, Swafford. You got to come up to your knees. Get off your belly. Work here. Get off your base. Get up to your base. Come on, kid. Can't lay on your belly.
Munoz working that left arm, trying to get the arm up onto the back, and does.
Munoz gave us an opportunity there, too, to build our base, and we didn't do it.
Trying to throw a half in. 30 seconds on the clock. Swafford for the Hawkeyes down 6-1. There's a stall call on Swafford. There he hits a switch, comes out front, gets the escape. So Swafford for the Hawkeyes down 6-2.
That's the end of the first period.
University of Iowa Healthcare has the game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare is proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes. Munoz starts down to begin the second period. To his feet, gets pulled back down, but then hits a switch and gets the escape. So Munoz for Oregon State leads 7-2. Front headlock. Reaching across to an ankle and drives through for 2 more.
Takedown. Munoz.
So Munoz up 10-2. And he's about ready to get riding time. And he's got leg Turk there. He's actually got our leg bent across, going into a crossface.
That ain't good.
Does have the 4 count, so he lets go of the hold. That'll make it 14-2.
Probably going to see a tech here in this match. This Munoz looks good. What year is he?
Junior.
It's junior already. Did he wrestle with these guys to start last year?
Yes.
I don't remember watching him.
Finished 6th last year.
He did?
All-American, yep.
I don't remember that. Just doing a good job moving his feet. I like he does a great job moving his feet. There's a bad shot by Swafford, and he gets around behind us. But look how quick his feet is. But his lateral motion, too. He's up 17-3 now. Intentional releases Swafford. That's 17-4. Another takedown will end it. There's a shot. Trying to get his head out for the finish. And he's gonna. That's going to be it.
There he steps over for the 3. So with 18 seconds left, that will make the score 20-4. Tech fall. Makes the score 21-8 in favor of the Hawkeyes. We'll take a timeout. Be back with more. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Prepare for an unforgettable season with buzzer beaters, crossovers, and electric plays that will leave you on the edge of your seats. The Iowa men's and women's basketball teams are back in action in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Help us rally behind Coach McCaffrey, Coach Bluter, and the Hawkeye teams as they fight for Iowa. Find team schedules, game times, tickets, TV providers, and more at HawkeyeSports.com. Get your family and friends together for some Hawkeye hoops at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
We move to 197 pounds on Mediacom mat. Zach Glacier for the Hawkeyes. Senior at 5-0 takes on Justin Rademacher. He's a true freshman with a 6-1 record this year. Hawks on top 21-8 in the team score.
You know, that 184-pound class without Abe Assad in there, obviously his career's over due to the gambling ordeal.
Nice Glacier, nice low single.
That's where it's going to hurt us, that weight class, really bad. That heavyweight, it's going to really hurt it from a team standpoint.
Yeah. Glacier with that nice low single. Got Rademacher draped up over him. Rademacher reaching back, though, grabbing our ankle. Glacier trying to come through the back door. Continuing some good hard work there, but now Rademacher comes out with our leg. And almost gets the takedown, but we're into a switch action, turning back in. There we give up the 3. Was that probably the third or fourth time that we've been in good position on a shot and just allowed them to funk us and take us down off of it?
Or not finish, but yeah.
I think at least 3 that I think they've scored on us, and then we've had a handful of others where we haven't been able to finish. Leg comes in from Rademacher.
And the thing is in those positions, it's not like we're doing everything wrong. We're doing a lot of things right. We're just not enough to finish it, to smell blood. And just sometimes finishing shots and scoring points isn't just, okay, well, his hand's here, and then my elbow's over here, so I should slide my hand down to here or whatever. I mean, it's just mentality, and that's just, I think, in some of those situations where you get down to the very end, just to blow through, drive through, lift, finish real quick. It's just a mentality, explosiveness, and I think that's what we're missing.
Glacier, good job, able to get up to his feet, get that leg out, and then not allow Rademacher to return him. So Rademacher has to just let him out. So that makes the score 3-1. But even that situation right there, Mark, I mean, Glacier got to his feet, and Rademacher would try to pick him up, and he was just kind of draping his arms. It was almost like he was just kind of hanging out, waiting for him to have to let him go, instead of getting physical and trying to pop those hips and reach back and peel those hands off and get your escape. Don't make him give you the escape. Get it.
Yeah, so much of this sport is just pure raw, just having the right mentality at the right time in the right place and exploding and just willpower. I'm going to finish this takedown, or I'm going to get out, or it is what it is. Whether you like it or not, I'm getting away. And that's how the sport has to be.
Glacier, nice low single, cuts off to the double and gets the 3.
And see what he did really good there was he got the angle. He cut the angle immediately. He didn't allow Rademacher. He didn't allow him to be able to reach over, drape over, grab the ankle, hang on, or whatever. He immediately, as soon as he got in the shot, he finished right away. 4-3. That was a big takedown for Glacier right at the end of the period.
He's going to defer, so Rademacher's going to start down. Rademacher's got 39 seconds built towards his riding time.
Zach Glacier, not a new face to the lineup. We saw him a couple times last year, but he's in due to the departure of Jacob Warner, who graduated.
Out of bounds, head back to the center. Speaking of, thought I saw Warner. I think he's sitting down there right next to Mariah. Alex Marinelli. Looks like those guys are back from New York. Seeing him right at the tunnel, right on the other side of the security guard.
Yeah, I see Alex and Mariah. I didn't see.
I think Jacob's the one sitting down there with the black sweatpants.
Oh, yeah? I can't see. I saw him. I was in the room this week. I think Wednesday or Thursday. I stopped in the room and seen Warner, and those guys were really kind of getting the last quick workout in before they hopped on a plane and headed out to New York.
Rademacher able to get to his feet, gets the escape, ties it up at 4. Minute 25 to go. Glazier able to work that riding time down to 15 seconds. It will be Glazier's choice in the third period. Like we said, how about a big takedown here? I was looking back through at Ayala's match. He's up 3-0 going into the second. And then he gave up the takedown.
There's Glazier,
so that was a
shot.
Big 3 points in that second period for Kaler, and that's what we always talk about.
Nice
Here's
job
a
by
big
Glazier.
takedown by Glazier. Finish that.
Head of the inside single, but he popped his head out the other side. Instead of keeping his head trapped underneath the belly of Rodemaker, he popped it out the other side and created an angle and room for movement, and he was able to finish the takedown. Great job. Good wrestling right there by Zach Glazier. Gives him a 7-5 lead here in the second period with 35 seconds to go.
Rodemaker was able to get to his feet, gets that escape to make it 7-5.
30 seconds.
He takes a shot from a ways away, and Glazier sprawls back. Front head situation, circles back up into a right-handed collar. Looks for that ankle pick, but Rodemaker kicks out of it. One more would be really nice right here. Won't be able to get it, so it'll be 7-5 as we go to period number 3. Glazier will have his choice. He'll start down. For that leg coming in.
All right,
Glazier gets
Glazier
set.
from Minnesota?
Yes.
I had a book. I got one from Sam the other day, but I forgot to bring it.
Albert Lee, to be exact.
It's not too far over the line. What high school do you know? Albert Lee?
Albert Lee. Gets to his feet right away, gets out for the escape. Gives him an 8-5 lead. Wrestling on our feet here. Right-handed collar for Glazier. Comes across, gets to that leg, head to the outside, trying to pop that head up.
See how he got the angle quick again?
Yep.
Cut off to the far leg. Almost got rolled through there, but didn't. See, if we wouldn't have gotten around that angle as fast as we did, then we would have gotten rolled through right there.
Yep.
So Glazier, who started off, got taken down or whatever off our own shower, he learned, he made the adjustment, and he's gotten a couple of good takedowns since then because of that. So kudos to Zach Glazier here for learning. You got to have a little bit more speed on those finishes and cutting those angles and quick finishes. Quick. Don't allow a guy to grab ankle. Don't allow a guy to drape over a wizard and stuff. Good for you, Glazier.
Got that wrist, trying to get that roll
There you go.
through.
He's getting. Should be getting.
He got a 1, I think. Rademacher able to throw that hips through. Now he comes up
There you
just
go.
reinforced Steiner
There
tilt.
you go. Now he's gonna get a 4 count.
They say out of bounds.
How's he out of bounds? His foot was still in. What do you get for a count then?
That's what they're talking about. So they're going to go check it out on the video to see. So they're going to review it to see how many near falls there could or should be. Molly's Cupcakes, proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
It's funny, they're playing some like heavy metal music or something right now, and I look down to Patrick Kennedy. He knows. He's just jamming away. He knows every word.
Oh, yeah.
He's the biggest like heavy metal fan ever. Like, I can't even understand a word they're saying. He's singing it verbatim. Oh, he makes me laugh. He's such a good kid.
The thing is, I recognize the song. I just can't think of
Look at him.
who it
like
is.
He's banging the head and just like. This is getting him fired up. He's like got to go in the tunnel. He's just loving this. You talk about chomping the bit, wanting to get out there. That kid right there, this is just probably killing him not being able to be wrestling and having a quick minor scope and watching on the sidelines, watching somebody else come in and wrestling in his position. That is some heavy metal.
We're still looking here to see. It was clearly near falls, but I think the issue is, had they gone all the way out of bounds? And there was a couple camera angles that you saw up there where, remember, you just have to keep
this
part
over
of the
the
body
top angle right here is really awesome.
in the cylinder.
Really awesome.
And right there, the foot is still in.
Well, you got to
right
go
there,
over.
he goes out.
You got to go over the plane though. Like right there, they were probably out.
Yeah.
And I think that's when the referee called it. Right there was when they were probably out when I saw that. I mean, even though a foot's not actually on the mat, it's kind of like football. If it goes over the plane, as long as a limb or an arm or a leg or a toe or a shoelace is still in bounds, even though it's in the air, then that's in bounds. But I saw where they went out, and that's when the referee called it. So I think it's a 3 near fall from what I gathered right there.
He's going to call it 2. That's going to be my guess.
No. If it was 2, then he's too slow.
Yeah.
He's too slow at counting.
Well, we know that they all are. So now they're going to change the clock. Out of bounds before any near falls were given.
Oh, that's a bunch of hogwash. No near fall at all.
So 48.8 on the clock. 11-5 is still the lead for Glazier. Rademacher up, out for the escape.
Well, go get another takedown here, Glazier. Rademacher coming at us. We get on the head of the inside shot right there. We're lifting up. A lot of effort right here out of Glazier. Now he's draped over the top of us. We come up between the legs. 28 seconds to go here in the match. Glazier's up 11-6.
Trying to turn
Trying
back
to finish
into
one here.
him.
Turn into him. Now we come up. We got the leg in the air. Rademacher hopping around. We're going to try and finish this in bounds.
And we do.
14-6.
Ride him out. You need this for the major.
You got the major. Just got to, like you said, ride him out here. Stay on top.
Roll through attempt, 5 seconds.
Put the
and
clamps on. Good job, Glazier.
Zach Glazier did what he needed to. 14-6 makes the score 25-8 in favor of the Hawkeyes. Quick timeout. We'll be back with the heavyweights. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Mediacom Matt sees our final match of the afternoon. Bradley Hill for the Hawkeyes, redshirt freshman out of Bettendorf at 5-1, taking on Boone McDermott, number 22 in the country, senior with a 6-1 record. McDermott transferring from Rutgers. Actually wrestled for Dubuque Wahlert, I believe it was, in high school.
Really?
Wrestled at Dubuque, makes his way out to Rutgers on the East Coast, and then transfers to Oregon State on the West Coast for his final year.
He's a traveling man. A traveling man. Boy, look at all these people leaving Carver Hawkeye Arena now, that heavyweight to beat the traffic. That's the thing, you know? That's the thing, like...
That's what Bradley Hill has to do.
Yeah, he's got to do. I mean, Tony
name for himself.
Cassiope, if he's still in the lineup right now, he's not involved in that, then you know what? Nobody's leaving this place. They want to watch him wrestle. But it's Bradley Hill. They're going to go to the top. They're going to kind of stand there and see what this guy has. And he's got to earn their – heavyweight's got to earn the respect of the fans to make them sit in the seats and want to be able to watch the entire dual meet. And that's not easy to do. I mean, you got to be a good, fun, exciting heavyweight to watch. But when you do that, you know you've made it.
Hill, trying to remember, he won, what was it this summer? I don't have it in the notes. Didn't he win like a U23 or something, or one of the junior?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Where's he from?
Bettendorf. Won Fargo as a senior in high school.
Did he? You're making that up. How do you know that? He won Fargo in freestyle or Greco?
It just says Fargo champion as a senior.
Really?
He was 15-6 last year.
That's awesome. And he knows how to wrestle for sure. Obviously, if he's in this, if he's in an Iowa Hawkeye, sing that down here in the bowl of Carver Hawkeye Arena, he knows how to wrestle. Let's just show it and see it, because so far here we're
35 seconds to go.
2.5 minutes into this first period, and neither guys, we might as well just skip the first period and start right away in the second period, because neither guy's done anything.
Hill does look pretty slender. I think about 230 maybe that he weighs in.
I have no idea, yeah. A lot of questions right now about Ben Keeter. 4-timer out of City High.
Shot by McDermott from a ways away. Gets to our leg.
No,
round
not
behind
now,
us.
not
5
now,
seconds
not
left.
now.
And he pulls us down
man.
for the 3.
Jeez.
We roll through, but unable to hang on or get it. Unable to get out as McDermott was able to hang on. Now the side ref, they're going to go talk.
I don't know what they're looking at here.
About the only thing I'm wondering, would that be classified as a touch takedown? I mean, he pulled him back, kind of bounced, and then stood right back up.
Because he was all the way around behind him, though.
Yeah.
He was sitting down all the way around
that's
behind
where
him.
Yeah, I would agree that it should be a 3. But I think that's what the side ref was asking was, I mean, is there reaction time? They bounced and stood right back up. How does that play into it?
I don't think so. God, I had something on the tip of my tongue I wanted to say, and I don't remember what it is now.
(25-8) is the score. The Hawkeyes with the lead. Drake Ayala losing 7-6. Teskey wins 18-8. Woods wins 18-3. Voinovich wins 6-3 in sudden victory. Franek wins 10-3. Caliendo leads 15-10. Arnold wins 4-2. Swafford loses 20-4. Glazier wins 14-6, and that gets us where we are in the team score at 25-8.
Yeah, we could just do our wrap up right now. When Tom comes on, as soon as he's done, we're out of here.
Yeah.
Well, what'd you think of the meet, Steven? What'd you think of seeing a lot of these new faces line up and this and that? And
it's exciting. Liked it.
We left a lot of takedowns out on the mat today, that's for sure. We left a lot of points out there.
We did.
A lot of 3-point takedowns. All right, here we go. Back under action. Nothing changed there. It's 3-0. Start of the second period. Bradley Hill chooses down. He choose down. No, he chose top, obviously. He's still on top. Just a good scramble situation here. Bradley Hill losing this one 3-0 here in the second period. As Steven said, this McDermott's from Dubuque High School. So we got two heavyweights here that wrestled for the state of Iowa, going at it here in the Carver Hawkeye Arena. Last match of the day out of this dual meet between the Iowa Hawkeyes and Oregon State Beavers. There, McDermott of Oregon State gets a 1-point escape. This McDermott, Oregon State, ranked number 22. Bradley Hill not ranked at all. McDermott is a senior. Bradley Hill is just a freshman. We'll stop in the action there. 54 seconds left to go. Four to nothing in favor of McDermott now after that 1-point escape. Neither guy did anything much in the first period except for McDermott took a shot right at the end and was able to score pretty easily on Bradley Hill. 30 seconds left to go here in the second period. It'd be nice if Bradley Hill could sneak a takedown in here at least get in on a shot and get a feel, just to get a feel of the leg and feel of what McDermott's hips and legs and defense is like. So, even if you don't score, at least you get a good feel of it. It's really important to make attempts to do that. So all of a sudden we don't get here towards the end of the third period and we absolutely have to score. We have never felt that before, and then he does something that throws us off and we don't score. You need to be able to put yourself in those situations and feel it early on so you can adapt if needed. Bradley Hill's choice, the third period, he's going to choose down. So he's going to need an escape and a takedown to tie it. McDermott got 43 seconds Hill got 43 seconds built towards his riding time. Hill up to his feet, hand control, should be able to get out here. McDermott just kind of pulls him, sets him right back down on his butt. Hill back up to his feet, and McDermott just pretty much lets him out. So that's 4-1. So we got the escape done. Now we just need a takedown.
And no real action in that first period from the feet. Let's see if Bradley can set something up here. Try to tie this up. Taps the head, tries to get to the leg.
You're right. I mean, he hasn't set anything up. No setups.
Stop things. Not sure if Hill's headgear came down into his eyes, but maybe got a finger in the eye.
I think Bradley Hill got a finger in the eye.
A minute to go here in regulation. 25-8 is the team score for the Hawkeyes. Hill for Iowa, trailing McDermott of Oregon State 4-1. The tap again from a non-tie misdirection. Dives in for a shot.
Well, here's
Hill
our
does.
chance.
McDermott, though,
Hips into us big
hard.
time. And see, that's why I wish you would have made an attempt in the second period, as I was saying, so that you get a feel of his hips. You get a feel of his defense, so if it doesn't work out the first time, you know what's coming at you. You kind of make an adjustment.
Now we got
Blood
stoppage
for
for
Hill.
blood. Hill's got a cut on his eye.
That's one thing we haven't had in this meet. Any blood time.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Go through a whole dual meet without any blood.
Trying to tell.
Look at that. There's Josh Schomburger.
He was over talking to us a little bit, talking to me a little bit beforehand.
He was?
Yeah.
Was he asking where Ironside was?
Oh, no, he knew where you were. He knows that you always like to glad hand everybody behind the scenes. And
I just like to go hide out in the wrestling room until it's time, and then... All right, let's go. There was quite a few people here today, though. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. It's a noon start, so come down and get some late breakfast or early lunch, come to the meet, and then get done. You still got a decent portion of your day left.
Yep.
What do you got planned this afternoon?
Depends on what Jacqueline wants to play whenever I get home. All excited to do something.
Well, good.
She's her big thing anymore. Dad, do you have to work today? Dad, do you have to work today?
Yeah, you'll miss that someday.
Oh, I know it.
Take it from me, with 2 in college and 1 a senior in high school. It's leaving to go to Hawaii next September for school. So
back to action here. Hill, 15 seconds left, needs a takedown to force sudden victory. Drop for a shot. McDermott catches the front headlock. Hill coming across again, but he's just not going to be able to get through. And McDermott will win this one by a score of 4-1. That will make the final score 25-11 in favor of the Hawkeyes. We'll take a timeout. We will come back with your post meet right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Can you tell me what my trade's worth? Okay, well, can you get me approved with 0 down? You know what? I'm going to Carousel Pre-Owned of Iowa City, where I can get some straight talk.
Carousel Pre-Owned of Iowa City has the best plucking deals in town. Nearly 200 units to choose from. 50 units under 20 grand. 75 units under 25 grand. All with zero down, no payments until next year, and payments starting at $159 per month. So bring any trade, and Mr. Vice, the trade man, will give you up to $2 grand over Kelly Blue Book fair market value at Carousel Pre-Owned in Iowa City, next to Hy-Vee on Waterfront. Even if you're stuck in a loan or lease, Mr. Vice will get you released. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it, because if you have a job clearing $450 per week at Carousel Pre-Owned, you're virtually approved. Or online at bestdealiowa.com. On approved credit plus tax tag and $69 documentation. Credit may affect down payment.
Hey, you're up next. My throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. The holiday season should remind us that faith and family are the most important things in life. And we hope that you succeed in coming together this holiday season with those you love and in the process creating some generational memories. Holidays have this magical power to magnify small things to ever greater memories over time. What a return on investment. Happy holidays.
Office in downtown Des Moines. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. 515-518 all zeros. CordellCordell.com.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. The Hawkeyes with the win today, 25-11 over Oregon State. And Hawkeye coach Tom Brands is joining us right now to talk a little bit about it. Coach, come in and kind of like we thought. We'd see a lot of things out of there.
I don't think that it's that complicated. It's very simple. 3 things. Elbows got tied up. We got to control our ties. Finish quick. They were roly-poly. We rolled with them. Number 3, got to be ready to go. You got to be able to dictate when a guy's trying to slow it down, and then do you let him continue to slow it down, or do you pick it up? And we got lulled to sleep a lot. It really bit us in about 6 weights. Bit us hard at 25. Bit us at heavyweight. You know, you wait around, and then all of a sudden, you know, he takes us down at the end there. The thing with Hill at the end there, we got to get off the leg shot. Counter first. We tried to score, and we were out of position. The guy didn't really have it, and then he scores on us because we just didn't do first things first. First things first, you stop what he's doing. Very simple. But to execute, not that simple. Got to have more awareness. Got to be tougher. It's not the Luther Open. It's Division I. It's a Division I team coming in here. That's where I'm at.
Sounds good. We're going to let you get after it. We got a big one next week, Iowa State, up in Ames.
That's right. Ironside.
It's good to see you.
I haven't seen you in a while. Good seeing you. Stephen Grace.
Thanks, Tom. And it's Hawkeye coach Tom Brands. He said he wanted it short, so we made it short today for him. So he's ready to focus in on Iowa State next weekend. But the Hawks do come away with the victory here today. Let's step out, take one more time out. We'll be back to wrap things up from Carver right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is Coralville City Administrator Kelly Hayworth reminding you to shop and eat locally. Now, your favorite Coralville businesses offer more options for finding what you want for your home and family. Local restaurants, bakeries, and breweries have perfected carryout and delivery. Coralville shops continue excelling in personalized service. They take pride in helping you find the perfect item or gift for any occasion. Thank you for infusing Coralville with your shopping and dining dollars.
Football is back. Stock up on your tailgate essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids offers a large selection of craft beer, wines, and spirits, plus their giant selection of non-alcoholic beverages, untiled art, athletic brewing, and cannabis-infused social beverages from Climbing Kites. C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids, just north of Boyson Road. Local Craft Cellar, largest selection of craft beer in the area, and so much more.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. This is Nelson Brands, West High alum and current Hawkeye wrestler. The Brands family has trusted Dodge Street Tire for longer than I've been alive. Whether it's tires for our trucks and cars or expert mechanical service, Dodge Street Tire are winners in our book. That's why we trust Brian and his crew to do it right. For more than 30 years, Dodge Street Tire has been tough as nails for the Brands family and our community. Dodge Street Tire on the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up AutoSave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools, one bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
AutoSave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Your station for Iowa wrestling all season long is AM 800 KXIC in Iowa City. Now let's wrap up tonight's broadcast. Here once again is Stephen Grace.
Welcome back to Carver as they work to clear MediaCom mat off. Getting ready for women's basketball tonight, hosting in-state rival Drake at 6 o'clock this evening.
Is that here?
That is here.
Wow.
So they will clear everything out and get ready for that.
Hence the noon start.
Yep, that's why we started so early today. But got after it. Hawks come away with the win, 25-11. And Mark, kind of like Coach said, kind of echoed what we've talked about kind of throughout that dual meet. Situations where maybe we weren't pushing the pace quite as much. We weren't being as aggressive as we needed to be. Allowed them to dictate some things, and that's going to be a hard way to win or win in dominant fashion if you let the other guy control how that match is going to turn out.
Yeah, I think Tom hit the nail on the head with the three things that he had to say: controlling elbows, rolling around with them, and not finishing takedowns. And it's kind of like exactly what we were saying the whole time. And so. It was short, it was sweet, it was to the point, and it was precise. And he hit the nail on the head directly. So not much more to be said than that. It was some ups and downs, some bright sides, see some new faces. Kyle Yeno getting taken down twice early, that wasn't no fun. And Hill getting taken down at the very end of that first period with 5 seconds left, that's less, no fun. Drake Ayala getting caught sleeping a little bit right there, that's no fun. But then you got some bright things, too. Frantic looked pretty good. He could, I think, gotten a major there. Would have been ideal. Gabe Arnold, obviously, the highlight of the dual meet right there. That's a huge win for a true freshman over a sixth-year senior Whitlake, So that's good things to come there. And, Gabe Arnold, he thrives. He's the type of kid that thrives on people looking at him, and wanting to watch him wrestle and stuff like that. He likes that. Sometimes he's not the most aggressive, most offensive. He's not one that's going to put just a ton of points on the scoreboard, but at the same time, he's so explosive and quick that you don't want to stop watching and look away or go to the bathroom or get some popcorn or ice cream cone because you're going to miss something. And so you just kind of have to wait for it and see what happens, exactly like what happened today on that amazing takedown, left-handed high crotch. Picked him up, bam, he put him down hard, quick and hard. And that's how you finish takedowns, and that's what won him that match. So we got some work to do. We're handicapped a little bit without Assad and Cassiopeia, especially those two in the lineup. But at this point in time, it is what it is, and it's time to march forward.
And marching forward, we'll be heading up to Ames next weekend, head to Iowa State. And, that's one that it's always a big one, but the last several years especially. It's going to be intense. It's going to be a great environment to head up to. And you know that the Cyclones, they're sensing maybe some blood in the water with a few of those holes in the lineup and, feeling like maybe they can turn the tides and try to get one in the win column against us. And, we got to be ready to go once we head up there next Sunday.
That's going to be a toughie. That's going to be a tough dual meet for us to win. It's winnable. There's a lot of matches in there. You just don't exactly know how they're going to play out and what's going to happen. But I will say this. Kevin Dresser is going to do everything possible to bring out a victory for Iowa State in Ames against the Iowa Hawkeyes. And here's the thing about Iowa State and Kevin Dresser. This never happens. When's the last time they beat us? Do you know? That's something we got to look up for.
19 years ago, I think.
This is their national tournament. This is their national title right here. It's not like they don't care about what happens the rest of the season, but if they win this dual meet, the rest of the season is like, a bonus for them if they do good. But this right here, this is the biggest star, heart-shaped circle around the entire schedule. This is way bigger to them than their Big 12 championship or NCAA championships, and do not let them tell you different, because it is. It is an absolute lie if he says, oh, that was just a stepping stone or whatever. BS. This is bigger than anything they have on their schedule, and they are going to be ready for us. And we're going to be ready for them too, but we got a workout cut up for us, and that is for sure.
Starts at 2 o'clock next Sunday. It will be broadcast live on ESPN, but we'll have our coverage starting at 1:45. Start things off 2 or just a little bit after, and we'll have all of the action for you right here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Again, 25-11 Hawks. Ayala loses 7-6. Teskey wins 18-8. Woods wins 18-3. Voinovich wins in sudden victory 6-3. Franek wins 10-3. Caliendo wins 15-10. Gabe Arnold with the big win 4-2. Swafford loses 20-4. Zach Glazier with a late takedown to secure a major decision 14-6. And then Bradley Hill drops a 4-1 decision to Boone McDermott to close it out. 25-11 is the final score. Hawks move to 2-0 as they get ready for the trek to Ames next Sunday. So until then, Mark, have a good Thanksgiving. Have some good time in the deer stands. I'm sure you're keeping your eye out for something good.
There's nothing out that I want that I've seen yet, but I enjoy being out there for sure. I'm
sure Dirk's got some in his backyard you could come find.
Yeah. I just love being out there. I love it. It's my happy place, so to speak. And have a good Thanksgiving and family time, and be thankful and giving. That's what it's all about, right? Be thankful and giving. And a lot of times it's more rewarding to give than receive, as they say. So give away, and then we'll see you in Ames on Sunday. And I will be riding up by myself from southern Iowa from my mom's place, and I'll meet you there.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you then. For Mark Ironside, this is Stephen Grace. We'll talk to you next Sunday. Until then, this has been Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
We now join Fox Sports Radio, already in progress on 800 KXIC and available on your Amazon smart speakers just by saying, Alexa, play 800 KXIC on iHeartRadio.
Residents of pro player personnel, they get pretty big paychecks from these NFL franchises, and they can absolutely talk the talk. You don't get that job in this league unless you know what you're doing. However, they're guessing too. They don't know either. That's the reason why every year something like 60 to 80% of the quarterbacks taken within the first round, they bust, or they become guys who are marginal or replaceable at some point in their career, and they're not franchise quarterbacks. We're talking about first-round talents at the most visible position in football. You would assume the hit rate would be higher than 40, 35%, but it's not. This is really difficult to do, and Sam Howell, he's presenting a case for himself against certain teams and in raucous road environments, and then there's times like this week where you go, wow, there's just nothing there.
By the way, a team that got off to a hot start today and has slowed down considerably, the Dallas Cowboys, are now in a battle as Carolina has just scored on a Bryce Young touchdown pass to Tommy Tremble. Cowboys lead this game 17-10. They jumped all over Carolina early, but Dak Prescott is 19 of 31. He has a couple of touchdown passes, but he's only thrown for 140 yards in this game. The Cowboys have less than 200 total yards in offense. We're coming toward the end of the third quarter. So Carolina, at the very least, you can say about a team with the worst record in the NFL, they're playing hard.
Yes.
I mean, The Cowboys came in with a lot of hype, a lot of people jumping on the Cowboys bandwagon. Again, they've only played 2 teams this year with winning records, currently with winning records, and they lost to both of them. But this is a Carolina team, at least today. And by the way, Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders both have at least 50 yards rushing, so they're getting a little ground game. Bryce Young, again, not much. But at least defensively, Carolina starting to tighten the screws on this Dallas Cowboys offense.
Yeah, 6-win Dallas team who, we all heard it after, that big loss to the Niners. There was the media coming out against Dak Prescott and the way he looked in that loss, and every time they face a real team, and they're looking for Dak to be clutch, it gets sideways on him. Well, they come off the bye, they get a big win on the road against the Chargers, they get a huge win hosting the Rams, and then they face the Eagles, and it's a close game but a loss. They bounce back with a win against the Giants. So that brings us to the 6-win record. This is a weird sandwich game for Dak and the Cowboys because you have the Giants where they absolutely beat the cheese out of the Giants a week ago, and then the Panthers and then the Commanders. What do the Giants and Commanders have in common? Well, they're divisional rivals. So those are wins you absolutely need. And I'm not saying that they already counted this as a win, but I have a feeling they looked at Giants, Panthers, Commanders, and they went, okay, win, 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 and then we'll face the Seahawks at home, and that'll get us ready to host the Eagles. So this is a little bit of a lull in their schedule where you could assume you're a little bit better than you are. And Bryce Young, man, he's getting better. Now, I don't think the team around him is very good. They've got a lot of work to do in Carolina, but the game's slowing down for him a little bit. And Carolina can sneak up on some people, certainly happening with Dallas today.
All right, we have 8 games in the NFL. We are now getting into the fourth quarters, and 7 of the 8 games are one-score games. Which games will go to the finish? For all the answers, keep it here. This is Fox Sports Red Zone Radio.
Fans, it's the pregame show you've been waiting for. Don't miss Fox Sports Radio's Countdown to Kickoff, presented by BetMGM, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, taking you all the way to kickoff. There's no better way to get ready for football every Sunday than with us, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. If you like using debit over credit, don't you think it's time to also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases. Plus, you're not charged any account fees, period. Whether you're moving, starting a new job, or headed into the next stage of life, whatever it is, Discover Cashback Debit is for everyone. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dell's Black Friday event is their biggest sale of the year. Shop limited time deals on laptops like the stylish, innovative XPS 13, engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Plus, save big on ultra-sharp monitors and top brand accessories. It's the perfect time to upgrade any home, business, or gaming setup powered by Intel Core processors. Shop now at Dell.com/deals to take advantage of huge savings and free shipping. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Hi, this is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we have represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Visit CordellCordell.com to take the first step.
Office in downtown Des Moines. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. 515-518-all-zeros. CordellCordell.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-529-2856. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-529-2856. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-529-2856. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life, call 800-529-2856.
The popular group of sports radio.
Popularity matters.
The cool kids.
Let's not overreact.
Steve Cavina.
I'm going for the clout, for the clicks.
Rich Davis.
To all the girls I've loved before.
It's Cavino and Rich.
Two nerds.
Really?
Putting the cool in sports.
I got kicked off of the Mets chat because I'm too positive of a guy.
Yeah. Weekdays from 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Worldwide leaders of nonsense.
At work. I play it all day, every day at work.
When Dan Patrick speaks, you better stop and listen.
Yeah, where do you listen at?
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
James Madison is in its second year of playing Division I football, FBS, and they moved up and they petitioned the NCAA to allow them to be bowl eligible. Well, they were denied by the NCAA. They're ranked number 21 in the latest top 25 poll.
NBC News Radio, I'm Tammy Trujillo. A former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff is calling last week's meeting between President Biden and Chinese President Xi a big deal. Speaking on ABC News this week, retired Admiral Mike Mullen said it was important for the two leaders to meet to keep relations between the two countries from deteriorating even further. Former President Trump is campaigning in Texas today. Trump and Texas Governor Greg Abbott will be visiting Edinburgh, a town near the border with Mexico. They'll be serving meals to state troopers and Texas National Guard members stationed on the border. This is Trump's second visit to Texas this month. Iceland is bracing for a major volcanic eruption. All 3,800 residents have been forced to evacuate from the small town of Grindavik after a huge crack in the earth began to spread last week. The seismic activity triggered hundreds of earthquakes and tremors in the region. Tammy Trujillo, NBC News Radio.
At Novavax, we want to make sure you have all the facts. And the fact is, there are different types of COVID-19 vaccines available. So if you're thinking about getting an updated vaccine, ask your doctor or pharmacist about the options available to you so you can make an informed choice. Find out more at WeDoVaccines.com. That's WeDoVaccines.com. This message was brought to you by Novavax.
Hey kids, breakfast!
Look at you making smiley face pancakes. Seems like you're feeling much better. It was the Mucinex Fast Max Kickstart Severe Cold and Flu I got you, huh?
Definitely. Good thing I took it the other morning.
So you're ready to go for a walk?
Yep.
Any more pancakes?
Save the biggest smile for you.
Aw.
New Mucinex Kickstart gives all-in one-and-done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. Come back with a kick with new Mucinex Kickstart. Use as directed.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand-name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Prepare for an unforgettable season with buzzer beaters, crossovers, and electric plays that will leave you on the edge of your seats. The Iowa men's and women's basketball teams are back in action in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Help us rally behind Coach McCaffrey, Coach Bluter, and the Hawkeye teams as they fight for Iowa. Find team schedules, game times, tickets, TV providers, and more at HawkeyeSports.com. Get your family and friends together for some Hawkeye hoops. Carver Hawkeye Arena. AM 800 KXIC.
It's Red Zone Radio. We are live from the TireRack.com studios, and shortly after our show, our podcast, is going to go up. That's right, the podcast. Now, if you missed any of today's show, be sure to check out the podcast. Just search Fox Sports Radio wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure also to follow, rate, and review the podcast. Again, just search Fox Sports Radio wherever you get your podcasts, and you'll see this show posted right after we get off the air. We got a lot of work to do between now and that time with so many close games around the NFL. The Packers have scored to take a 16-13 lead over the Chargers. We also had our first missed extra point of the game. Carlson yacked it. He's not very good. And instead of a 4-point lead, the Packers have a 3-point lead. And now the Chargers have come right back. They have a first down at the Green Bay 16-yard line. So, the Packers, not very good. And that's why we talked about this earlier, Rich. This is a game the Chargers can't lose.
Yeah,
I mean, if they want to be in the playoffs and they're still on the cusp as a 4-5 team, you have to win this game.
Yeah, this puts you. This is the same situation the Denver Broncos are in.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start the season, if you would have asked us flat out, especially considering what happened in 2022 with the Denver Broncos, where do you think these two teams would place? You wouldn't put them next to each other at the bottom of the division they're in, but that's exactly what's happened. 4-5 Chargers team, 4-5 Broncos team, playing against very different types of competition. Green Bay Packers, like you mentioned, it has been a wobbly season at best, accumulating only 3 wins. Vikings facing the Denver Broncos. I mean, that's a team on the rise with Joshua Dobbs playing out of his mind right now for the Minnesota franchise. So Denver, easily a more difficult task, plus a primetime game against the Minnesota Vikings. This felt like, if you were looking at the Chargers' schedule to start the season, a win. A win on the road against the Green Bay Packers, because you're not facing Aaron Rodgers any longer, and they are getting all they can handle right now. But this is what it's been with Brandon Staley and these Chargers since he's taken over. High expectations, great roster, check a lot of boxes in the offseason, and then once the games start playing, there's huge issues. Defensively, offensively, there's injuries always. That's a part of the equation.
You're not going to believe it. The Chargers had a 2nd and goal at the Green Bay 2-yard line. They ran the ball and just fumbled, recovered by the Green Bay Packers.
Look at
so
this.
The Packers 3-point lead, and they have secured the ball after a fumble. Eckler, yeah, he got hit, and that's it. Ball's out, and Green Bay recovers. So the Chargers, looking to take the lead, come up empty, and Green Bay takes over. Still 13 minutes to go in that game.
So they got it down to the 2-yard line with a completion to then they tried throwing it to Keenan Allen at first, and then they handed it to Eckler on that 2nd and goal play, and they just give the ball back to the Green Bay Packers. That is crazy. And this is kind of what we've been talking about.
Chargery.
Yep. Situational football in the Chargers. When they have to score, when it's got to have a moment in the game, oftentimes something goes wrong. So ball security at the goal line, it was a problem for them in the past, and it's rearing its head again here in this game.
All right, Tommy DeVito just threw his 3rd touchdown pass of the game, increasing the Giants' lead to 21-12 on the road against the Commanders. Saquon Barkley, another touchdown reception. It's a good thing because he only has 35 yards rushing, but he has 57 yards receiving this game. Tommy DeVito, 18 of 26, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. This despite the fact that he has been sacked 9 times in this game.
Let me explain to you.
He has been sacked 9 times in this game.
The most damaging thing for Daniel Jones isn't the fact that he was playing poorly, because that was bad. We can all agree that was bad. There's a lot of things that complicate that, like having one of the worst offensive lines in football to start the season. But Daniel Jones objectively was not playing well either. The problem for Daniel Jones isn't that part of the story. The problem is the Giants offense has now looked better with Tyrod Taylor in there and Tommy DeVito. So what does that tell you about Daniel Jones? It tells you that he's playing at the same level as your backups, and you just gave him a contract worth $40 million per year. That is a huge mistake now that the Giants are looking back on it, because he played very well managing that system. And in fact, I thought he was coming into his own last year, and it looked like he finally had connected with an offensive coordinator who understands how to use him in Brian Daboll, and they came out this season and just could not even match the type of protection he was receiving a season ago. The run game has been absent because of Saquon Barkley's early season injuries, and now the backups have outplayed their starter. The New York Giants are in free fall.
I am watching this Pittsburgh-Cleveland game. I mean, this was a predictable under game if there ever was one. The Browns, obviously, with the rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson taking over for the injured Deshaun Watson. 17 of 32, only 110 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. But I'm watching Kenny Pickett. He is just terrible.
Yeah.
He's 8 of 17 for 53 yards, but what should be almost routine passes, if you have any talent in this league at quarterback, he can't make those throws. You know, deep sideline passes, inaccurate, throws them out of bounds. It's unbelievable. And yet here the Steelers are. They had one play. Jalen Warren ran 74 for 4 yards for a touchdown. That is, without that play, literally, if you erase that play from their ledger, they have less than 100 yards in offense in this game.
Yeah, listen.
But they're still in this game. This is a
Of course.
typical Steelers game where they hang around, and you're like, what? How do they win this game?
Yeah, and they very well can and may and probably will, because that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers have done with Mike Tomlin over the years. I mean, it's been years of this now. The last 2 seasons, you could make an argument of Ben Roethlisberger's career as
Absolutely.
the Steelers starter. And then now going into the Trubisky Pickett era, it has been bad. The quarterback play has been bad, really limited. With Ben Roethlisberger's elbow injury, that led them to become this, 5-yard pass offense that really relied on their run game and playing strong defense, to now what you're seeing with Kenny Pickett. It's just they can't trust their quarterback. And so what do? You have to make every game a mud fight, and that's what they've done, and they've had success.
By the way, the one college team whose uniforms are most similar to the Steelers are the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
This was my favorite stat this week. So going into this week in college football, there are 130 FBS schools. The University of Iowa came into this week 130th in total offense. Last out of 130 teams, and their record was 8-2. And yesterday they did it again. Ugly game. They win it. They're 9-2 with the worst offense in the country. So they mirror each other. They're like the same team. Iowa is a collegiate form of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it gets back to coaching. Because at the end, there's only one way to judge a coach's career: wins and losses. That's the only stat they got. And a guy like Mike Tomlin, Kirk Ferentz at Iowa, they just find ways to win. Who cares about ugly? Give me the W.
Yeah, and it's true, and that's the reason why both of them have been at the helm of their programs for as long as they've been.
Yeah.
I credit both of them for sticking to their guns and not, kowtowing to the popular notion that you need to throw the ball all over the place and change everything up offensively to play sexy football. Because for Mike Tomlin at the NFL level, as you know, as everybody knows, all that matters is wins and losses. Winning your division, getting to the postseason, giving your team a chance to even have a run in January. In college football, it's a little bit different. Kirk Ferentz is sticking to his guns during a time where style points do matter, but it almost feels in some ways like he's immune to being ousted because of all of the success the program's had historically and the continued success they have today. It's very strange, but there are huge similarities between the styles that they play with.
All right, one game that is now out of control is the Cowboys and the Panthers. So we had mentioned earlier the Cowboys' lead had shrunk to 17-10. Tony Pollard got a rushing touchdown, and then Bryce Young threw a pick six.
Yeah.
And just like that, by the way, miss extra point, our second in about 10 minutes here. Dallas leads now Carolina by a score of 30-10. This game now, 13 minutes to go. The other blowout game we have is Jacksonville annihilating Tennessee today. They're up 34-7. Trevor Lawrence has thrown for a couple of touchdowns. He's also scored a couple of touchdowns. So big bounce back win today for Jacksonville after that disappointing blowout loss at home to the 49ers last week. But we still have 6 other games right now that are in the Bears and Lions. I got to get back to Chris. He's been awfully quiet today. The Bears have a 9-point lead in Detroit, and they have the ball with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Chris, nobody saw this coming at all. I mean, the Lions are 7-2. Lions are in the conversation, best team in the NFC. And you lay an egg today at home against the Bears?
Yeah, there's really nothing to be said about they've turned the ball over about 4 times now. Jared Goff, it looks like he's playing one of the worst games he's had in years. I know it's a divisional game, but you've got the Vikings on your butts on it. It's hard to win divisional games in the NFL. Give them that. But, there's so many missed tackles in this game. There's so many chances for the Lions to get off the field before, Brian Branch or someone draws a flag for holding or PI. It's for Lions fans, it's just very frustrating. You knew you weren't just going to run the table on it, but this one is rough to swallow right now, and it's probably a big wake-up call for them if they want to keep going for this division crown.
All right, let's find out what is trending right now. Muncie has been busy today with all these games. We're going to have at least a few exciting finishes, I gather.
Let's hope so. Yeah, I mean, listen, C.J. Stroud, guys, 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he did just throw his second interception of the game. But the Texans are up still against the Cardinals at home, 21-16. So Arizona just got the ball. They're at midfield. It has been all Jaguars. And you know what's annoying about this, guys? I benched Trevor Lawrence.
What?
Because he has been mid, as the kids say. Prior to today, I don't think he had, in my guillotine league, I don't think he had surpassed 20 points.
He has 4 total touchdowns today.
I see that, Steve.
Yeah.
I benched him, and I put in Sam Howell, who's not, terrible, but finally, Trevor Lawrence, a breakout game. I'm telling you, he's been not bad, but he's been mid, and I needed something else. In this game, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns in the air, and you're right, 2 rushing touchdowns. Jaguars all over the Titans, 34-7, but the Titans are at Jacksonville's 2nd-yard line, so they're 2nd and goal, so they might score again. We'll see how that one goes. Cowboys, you mentioned it, first a rushing touchdown by Tony Pollard, then a pick 6, so they're beating the Panthers 30-10 early in the fourth quarter. Tommy DeVito, what a guy. I mean, living with his parents, throwing for 246 yards and 3 touchdowns. Giants beating the Commanders 21-12 early in the fourth. The Dolphins have only scored 2 field goals in the second half, so it's been a bit quiet.